A.J. Burnett gets the start for the Yankees this afternoon. And he'll be facing this Texas Ranger lineup. At the very top, Julio Bourbon, the young speedster, will be the designated hitter. Michael Young, last 6 games, hitting an even .500 with a couple of home runs and 9 runs batted in, having yet another sensational year. Josh Hamilton's had a big series. He's got 7 hits in the first 2 games. He'll be in center. Nelson Cruz in right. Ian Kinsler at second base. David Murphy will be in left field. Taylor Teagarden does the catching this afternoon. Chris Davis will be at first base. And Elvis Andrus, the rookie, will be at shortstop batting ninth.
Here's A.J. Burnett on the season. 25 starts, 10-7 and a 4.08 ERA, 158 and 2/3 innings, 77 walks. Kind of jumps out at you with 141 strikeouts. And the Jeep pitcher scouting report, A.J. Burnett bounced back. 3 times this year he's allowed 5 or more runs in a start. And his next start, nada. He's thrown shutouts. Not 9-inning complete games, but he's given up no runs in 3 straight starts following those bombs that he's had. Nothing left. A.J. Burnett's tough against left-handed batters. .218 batting average, which is 3rd lowest in the AL. Matt Garza of the Rays is first. An extended run. You know, take a look back. Since A.J. Burnett's last DL stint in 8/12 of 07, he's 4th in the American League in strikeouts and wins.
So as you mentioned, look for good things from A.J. Burnett this afternoon against these Texas Rangers. He's already beaten them twice this year. He beat them May 27th in Texas, and he beat them June 2nd right here at Yankee Stadium. Here's Julio Bourbon hitting at .415. And he takes the first pitch in there for a call strike. Bourbon, of course, spent most of the year in the minor leagues. But now he's reached the big time. Great overhead shot. What a beautiful day for baseball here at the stadium. I hope you all enjoy it on Yes. I know the fans here at the stadium will. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that is in there for call strike 2. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 3 pitches and Bourbon is out of there.
Well, this is the kind of breaking ball that will get you talking to yourself on the way back to the dugout. Nasty down and in. Perfect location for an 0-2 pitch. Way out in front.
Would you say the rookie got schooled?
Oh, school? Man, he's mumbling to himself back to the dugout. That's what A.J. Burnett can do to you.
And that'll bring up the veteran hitter, Michael Young, who's got a 13-game hitting streak going, and the first pitch is a call strike. Good numbers for Michael Young out of the second spot in the Rangers lineup. Ball is fouled off, and 5 pitches, 5 strikes for A.J. Burnett. It seems like he's dialed in. Well, the weather can't get much better than this. Let's check out the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. 73 degrees, 54% humidity, 6 miles per hour with the wind, and a mix of sun and clouds. It's one of those days that makes you wish there were more day games. 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled off. 6 pitches, 6 strikes for A.J. Burnett.
Like we're playing in San Diego today, Kenny. Perfect. 73. No humidity.
Yeah, the thing about San Diego, that's the winter in January. That's the weather in January, too. Just a glorious afternoon here in the Bronx. 0-2 pitch hit in the air to right field for Nick Swisher. Drifts back towards the warning track, makes the catch in there. 2 up and 2 down. Let's check out the rest of the Yankees on defense. You see Nick Swisher in right field. The rest of the outfield has Damon in left field and Cabrera in center. In the infield, Rodriguez, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. Jose Molina doing the catching this afternoon. 38% career caught stealing. 4th among active catchers. He's got a gun behind home plate. Here is Josh Hamilton. He's been a tough out for the Yankees in this series. Got a 4-game hitting streak going. He's 7 for 10. And he takes a first pitch call strike from A.J. Burnett. He hasn't thrown one out of the strike zone yet.
Oh, that was at the knees on the black. 96 miles an hour.
That's his first ball of the afternoon. I didn't think he was going to throw all strikes, but it's 1-1.
Turned over a little 90-mile-an-hour changeup there.
You can see the 43 runs batted in for Hamilton having somewhat of an off year this year compared to last season. Pitches fouled off to the left and count is 1-2. But here's a guy who had 95 runs batted in at the All-Star break a year ago, and then went on to lead the league in runs batted in with 130. Well, he spent some time on the DL early this year. Lately, he's been starting to pick up the pace, and this might be the tonic for what the Rangers need going down the stretch here, fighting for the wild card and the possibility of winning the Western Division. The 1-2 pitch, low and inside. The count levels off at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll check out the umpires while we have a chance here. Jim Reynolds calling balls and strike. Chuck Merriweather at first base. Laz Diaz will be at second. There's Laz, and Randy Marsh, the crew chief, will be making the calls around at third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Josh Hamilton. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and a 12-pitch inning for A.J. Burnett, and I believe 11 of those pitches were strikes. Well, Hamilton is gone. So are the Rangers here in the first. The Yankees are coming to the plate. All 6'7" of them. He gets a start for the Rangers this afternoon. He'll be facing this New York Yankees starting lineup. Derek Jeter at the top at shortstop. Johnny Damon will be in left this afternoon. Mark Teixeira at first. Alex Rodriguez at third. Hideki Matsui will be the designated hitter. Nick Swisher at right. Robinson Cano, his last 5 games, .391, 5 extra base hits, 5 runs batted in. Doing the damage in the bottom third of the order. Melky Cabrera will be in center, and Jose Molina does the catching.
Justin Nimbert, the West Virginia product, University, 11 games. He's had some relief, some starts, 4-2, pretty respectable ERA, 17-36 walks to strikeouts. The Jeep pitcher scouting report, he's a former Diamondback. His best year in 06, he won 13 games. 13 feet of matchups. You know, we've got a couple starters with some height. A.J. Burnett 6'5", this guy's 6'7". I think there's some mixed scouts in the stands today. Kenny may be looking for some help.
Aren't they?
and welcome to the Bronx. It's his first appearance here in the Bronx and starting against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium.
Well, Derek Jeter fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Jeter steps in. He needs one more hit this month to have 40. I mean, he should do that. 40 hits in 1 month. You can see the .333 batting average overall, 5th in the American League. It'll be the 13th time that Derek's had 40 hits in a month in his career. And the only active player with more 40 hit months is Ichiro. He's got 21 of them. Pitch to Jeter, and that is low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And nobody has had more 40 hit months for the Yankees since Joe DiMaggio. Pitch is hit high but foul down the right field side. DiMaggio had 17 of them. 40 hits in a month.
That's getting greedy.
And because you usually get up 100, maybe 100, a few more at bats than 100 during the course of a month. Maybe Jeter gets more because he's leading off. But the fact is, you get 40 hits in a month, you're knocking out that 400 mark. That pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So that 40th hit's going to wait a little while as Jeter's a strikeout victim his first time up.
Well, Dustin Nimbert's got good stuff. Mid-90s fastball right here, a little run to it, right on the inside corner and down, 94 miles an hour.
the top with the swing, and it'll bring up Johnny Damon. And Johnny takes a pitch up high for ball one. Damon with that familiar open stance, but right at the very end, just before the pitch comes to the plate, as you can see what Johnny's done in the month of August. Had a good month, over 300 with 5 homers. Watch him close his stance up. There's a pitch, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes.
Kenny, he wants to get both of his eyes on the pitcher, right? To get his vision, to be able to see the ball better. That's why you start open.
And then he closes. And that pitch is low, ball 3. So Nippert falls behind, 3 balls and no strikes.
A lot of batters will do that. I know, Kenny, we talked about it. You see Johnny Damon with that open stance so he could turn his head and get good vision on the ball and then close at the last minute.
Taking all the way, and that's poured in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. And I have a slightly open stance, not to the extent of Johnny Damon's, but you're right about getting a good look. Then you slightly close that shoulder, and you try and drive the baseball. But Johnny Damon draws a 1-out walk here, so the Yankees have a runner on base.
I guess it depends on which is your dominant eye. You know, something we didn't think about back in the day, but you know, nowadays, certainly a lot of hitting coaches are proponents of trying to get both eyes on the pitcher when you start.
Here is Mark Teixeira. He scored a couple runs in this series, drove in 2 runs. Those 2 runs came in the last night's 7th inning. 2-run single. Now, if he had any elevation on it, it would have been a 3-run homer. The line drive off the wall in right field. Damon at first has stolen 9 bases. He's not been caught stealing this year. Not going. Pitch is on the way, and that is a ball.
Mark Teixeira with the Rangers back in 05 had 144 RBIs. One of the best years of any all-time Ranger. And we noted in the pregame show he's got 95 now. I wonder how close he'll get to that this year.
Changeup is swung on and missed. That was a good pitch from Nippert. And it's a ball and a strike.
This is probably his second best pitch. He's got a good fastball, throws a lot of changeups. He came into this game throwing 68% fastballs, averaging about 93 miles an hour. That changeup there, he throws about 15% of the time. You see Teixeira on the season, month by month.
And he's got it in gear in May. Damon's on the move. The pitch is a ball. The throw to second hits Johnny Damon. And now he will have 10 stolen bases without being caught this year.
Tremendous jump. And Nippert not especially quick to home. Johnny Damon running well. Throws up the line a bit, tailing. Ricochet up at Johnny's shin.
Like Teagarden, I knew he had the hustle, and the throw is offline. Damon looking towards center field. The ball is just to your left there, Johnny. 2 balls and a strike on Teixeira. Runner in scoring position. And that hits the outside corner. It's 2-2. The Yankees being aggressive in the early going here. Trying to jump out in front. Ball is lined towards center field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. Johnny Damon's being waved home. Here comes Johnny. No throw to the plate. And the Yankees lead 1-0. Well, a stolen base pays off. 14th straight season that Johnny Damon's had at least 10 steals. And Teixeira knocks in the run.
He gets another changeup running off the plate. That's excellent plate coverage. That ball's almost in the batter's box. And Teixeira reaches out, pokes it into center field, and watches number 96 RBI come in on the year.
Well, closing in on that 100 RBI mark. David, I think I told you before the game that it's almost like a board game in my mind as a hitter. You can see that pitch almost a ball.
Almost over there in the batter's box. Great play coverage.
Alex Rodriguez steps in and swings and misses strike one. I always thought of it when the season started. When I was playing as 100 RBIs like a board game. Go all the way around the board, get 100, pass, go, and the rest is gravy. Last 5 games for A-Rod. He's been on a little bit of a tear here. 3 for 7 in this series. He's got a 5-game hitting streak going. The 0-1 pitch is on the way, and he takes it for a call strike, and it's 0-2. A-Rod looking back at Jim Reynolds for a split second there. Yankees have jumped out in front here in the first inning. They lead at 1-0. Swing and a miss, and A-Rod's out of there. Looked like a changeup, got him. So both outs for the Yankees in this inning have come via the strikeout.
And he's talking about, you can see the grip, the circle change. Righty on righty, very effective. Very hard pitch for a right-handed pitcher to master. A changeup from a right-handed pitcher to a right-handed batter. You see A-Rod reads fastball all the way. The speed more than the location obviously fooled him there.
And that'll bring up Hideki Matsui. A little number, and it's foul. You think back to interleague play when Matsui didn't get many opportunities. In fact, he didn't play, started off. The Yankees had 9 games all on the road. Interleague games, Joe Girardi was kind of upset with the way the schedule was laid out. But in a way, it gave Matsui a chance to rest. He only pitch hit during that stretch. Since then, he's hit .304 with 13 home runs and 43 runs batted in 44 games. Since not being able to, maybe getting one at bat a game, if that, during that stretch of 9 straight games in National League cities. Pitch to Matsui, and that's a ball, and it's a ball and a strike.
It's a really impressive effort when you consider the fact that Matsui is a complete ball player. He was a good outfielder when he played for the Yankees all those years. He's been in pain all year long, had his knee drained a couple of times. All he can do is DH, but yet he's really fought through it this year. Really an impressive effort by Matsui to get it going.
1-1 pitch misses inside. 2-1. Matsui in this series has been productive. He's 4 for 8, scored 3 runs and driven in 3.
Kenny, I guess you know what you're talking about 100 RBIs. You had 3 of them.
3 years?
3 years. You had 1 year with 99. Well, that was tough. 1977, you had 99 RBIs.
You know what happened that day? The last game got rained out.
No.
I'm not kidding you. 2-1 pitch. And that is ball 3. That was at Fenway Park. I mean, the RBIs are waiting to happen at Fenway Park. And even more so, the day before, he came up with runners at second and third. Don Zimmer's managing the Boston Red Sox. And he walked me to load the bases. Walked me intentionally. And Lee May's coming up, and he's got 99 RBIs. That pitch is a strike, and the count is now full. So I figured at least Lee's going to get hit into a double play. So Zim was right on the money. And we both got rained out the last day, and both ended up with 99 ribbies.
Wow. Pretty good year, though. You finished 3rd in the MVP voting in the American League that year.
Yeah. You know, one thing I always thought of, though, Cody, I got solace out of the fact I had 99 RBIs. I mean, 100 is easy. 99 is tough to do when you think about it. 3-2 pitch, runner on the move, and Matsui fouls it back to the screen.
I don't think Teixeira's going to get stuck on 99 this year.
No, I don't think so.
He might get stuck on it today before he's done.
Teixeira with the base hit, drives in a run, his 96th run batted into the season. "24 pitches in the first inning." The Yankees are doing their thing, running up pitch counts on starting pitchers. Teixeira's on the move. The pitch to Matsui, and it's ball 4, and the inning will continue. Well, outside of the base hit by Teixeira, there's been no contact. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks.
Dipper trying to find that inside corner, and boy, that's close.
Well, David Cohn would have wanted that pitch.
Certainly high enough. Ooh, just misses that right front edge.
So 2 on and 2 out, and Nick Swisher will come to the plate. There is Mike Maddox. He's done a good job this year with the Texas pitching staff. He's their first-year pitching coach. Texas starters lead the American League in wins with 54. 2 more than they had all last year. Swisher with 2 on, 2 outs. Takes pitch for a call strike. And by the way, we just saw Mike Maddox. It's his birthday today. 48 years old. Happy birthday, Mike.
48. A lot of work on that soul patch there. That perfect triangle.
Next pitch is a ball. It's 1-1.
Kenny, it's also my mother and father's wedding anniversary today.
Oh, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Cohn. And Swisher takes it down. So any celebrations at maybe a special celebration at Candlestick?
Special. They're gathered around the computer listening to this broadcast on internet right now.
Oh, okay.
So happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
That's fantastic.
We could do that now, you know?
Yeah,
you can get Yankee games everywhere. You get them on the computer, you can get them anywhere.
Unbelievable. I think back to when I was playing my last few years, my parents moved from New York to Maryland just so they could come to the games after they retired. You know, when I think about it, if they had the communications they had, they might have stayed in New York. You think about it. I would have had them closer, though. My mom lives 10 minutes away.
You guys should have kept that house you and Branca shared growing up.
2-1 pitch, and it's low for ball 3. So Nippert's problems continue here in the first inning. Pitch count is climbing. He's one pitch away from loading the bases. 30th pitch of the inning coming up for Dustin Nippert. And Robinson Cano. Oh, this is sort of a turnabout for Dustin Nippert. First, usually in the first inning, he's pretty strong. Not this afternoon. As David said, welcome to the Bronx. 3-1 pitch. And that is ball 4. Swisher draws a walk. And here comes Mike Maddox. Talking over with the 28-year-old right-hander. 3 walks, couple of strikeouts, and a single this inning.
Well, that's what happens in this ballpark. You know, he's not wild by any means. Just missed with a few pitches, but this Yankee lineup can kind of chase you out of the strike zone. You try to be a little too fine. You think you got to make perfect pitches.
Just a reminder that aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. Get every Major League game in HD this season with DirecTV. And on this clear, beautiful afternoon, those are the pictures that we're going to see. The aerial shots. You can see the old and the new. And the Yankees are trying to make history this year in their brand new ballpark. Three walks for Nippert, ties his season high in base on balls. The game's not even finished yet. It's just the first inning. Here's Cano with the bases loaded, and he takes a pitch for a call strike. Now, David, this is before both our times, but Kevin Smolin was around, and he remembers the fact that the Yankees, when they moved into Yankee Stadium, they won the World Series the first year in. Back in the day when the Babe hit the first home run, and I bet you if it right out over here somewhere. That's where the Babe hit it.
That's right. That's why they built that porch for the Babe.
Bases loaded. 0-1 count on Cano. High and away, and it's 1-1. The Yankees so far, 1 run on 1 hit, but 3 base on balls have put Nippert in a big time jam. You saw it to Cheriton at third, Matsui at second, and Swisher at first. And a nervous manager, Ron Washington, in the Ranger dugout. The 1-1 pitch. Cano fouls it back to the screen. Of course, the Rangers embroiled in a two-way race. 2.5 games behind the Red Sox for the wild card. But they're also just 5 games back of the Angels in the West. And when I looked at their schedule, the Rangers finished the season on the road. 4 games against the Angels and 3 against Seattle. Well, they got a chance in that last week. If they keep it close, they might be able to do it themselves and overtake the Angels. Cano fouls another pitch off. We just had a look at the wild card standings. with the Rangers 2.5 games behind the Boston Red Sox. The Yankees this year are 5-3 against Ron Washington's club. So the Yankees have ensured that they're going to win the season series. But today they won this ball game, and the Yankees have won 2 out of 3 here and 8 straight home series. Cano fouls another pitch off. Nippert is pounding the strike zone with Robinson Cano at the plate.
Yeah, he's gotten back on track. He really wasn't wild, just missing with a couple pitches. Jumps ahead here. Actually, in this spot during the year, he's been exceptionally good. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Opposing hitters are hitting 158 off of him. 3 for 19.
He's got Cano up there, who's got a 5-game hitting streak. And is 4 for 9 in this series against the Texas Rangers. Pitches drilled towards left field. On the move is Murphy. He gets there and makes the catch. Cano's bid for an extra base hit leaves the bases loaded for the Yankees, but Johnny Damon drew a walk as the Yankees started building. Damon steals second, his 10th steal of the year, and then he scores on a base hit by Mark Teixeira, his 96th run batted into the season. Threatening diseases such as tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, and hepatitis. Join the New York Yankees and Lincoln Hospital to strike out childhood diseases. Get your child vaccinated on Thursday, September 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Yankee Stadium's Banquet and Conference Center. Please enter at Gate 6. Call 718-579-5777 for more information. It's on to the second inning. A 20-minute rest for A.J. Burnett. And he's back dealing a strike, and it's in there. The Nelson Cruz leading off for the Rangers here in the second inning. Well, that looks like this is a day you can do just about anything. Take a boat ride, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Yeah, they got the radio on, listen to the ball game. A.J. Burnett's got a 1-0 lead. Got your feet up. That's you, Coney, isn't it?
Oh, that'd be nice.
The 0-2 pitch. You know what? You can have your laptop and watch the game.
Absolutely. You got all kinds of options.
That is unbelievable.
Good day for shades.
Jeter fan. Game's this way, young man. Turn around. 1-2 pitch to Cruz, and that just missed the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A.J. Burnett had a 1-2-3 first inning. Picked up a couple of strikeouts, looked very sharp. 10 out of 12 pitchers were strikes in the first inning. Came out smoking. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cruz is gone. 3 out of the 4 hitters that face A.J. Burnett have struck out.
Well, this is just sharp and quick, and we've seen Cruz chase a little bit. If you can get good breaking stuff down and away, and you see the spiked breaking ball grip that A.J. Burnett features.
Yeah, for those of you at home saying, I could have hit that. Maybe not.
It just looks like a fastball until about halfway to home plate. Makes a left-hand turn.
Here is Ian Kinsler, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Kinsler's a power hitter, 26 home runs, power hitting second baseman. But he's been having problems with right-handed pitchers this year. Pitches low and away, ball and a strike. Only .215 against righties. And he's been much more productive at home in Texas. His batting average on the road, Coney's under 200. One pitch, and that misses the inside corner. 2-1.
Give you the scouting report on Ian Kinsler. He's now in the power slide. You know, he led off last night, but with 26 home runs, he's probably better suited in the middle of this Ranger order. And for you golfers out there, in terms of a hitting style, stack and tilt. Kind of the style, you know, is similar to Mark Teixeira. It's not a stride, no big stride, kind of what baseball players call a back leg style, you know, slight uppercut swing. I think it's just like golf. The new fad in golf is a stack and tilt swing. I think Kinsler has that. It generates a lot of power. And talk about second base elite. This guy's in a group of a lot of great second basemen around the league now.
Call strike 2.
You got Dustin Pedroia, Aaron Hill, Bryant Roberts, and of course our guy Robinson Cano. You know, back in the day, it used to be shortstops with A-Rod and Nomar and Jeter, obviously. Now it's second baseman.
3-2 pitch is on the way. Hit on the ground towards third base. A-Rod cuts in front of Derek Jeter and throws on the run, and there are 2 down here in the second. Ball not hit with much authority, and A-Rod used his range. And that'll bring up David Murphy. Murphy had a good night last night for the Rangers. He drove in both of their runs, one with a double and another with a solo home run, his 12th of the year. He broke out of an 0 for 13 last night. First pitch, breaking ball, misses the outside corner. It's ball 1.
You know, Kenny, I mentioned that style of hitting with Kinsler and Teixeira, the stack and tilt. You know, and to me, the key is a firm front side, and it relates to pitching too. With a pitcher, your land leg, you want to firm it up so you have a base to push off against and generate speed. I think pitching and hitting are very similar in that regard. And, you know, a lot of talk about Teixeira and his power stroke this year, and sitting on his back leg. That doesn't mean they don't weight transfer or they don't use that front side. Hitting against a firm front side, both in golf and baseball and pitching, very important.
2-0 pitch, and Murphy takes it for a call strike. It's all about balance.
It's about balance, and you land with balance. And you know, some people say you need to land softly as a pitcher. I say you need to land against a firm front side. Certainly, you don't want a stiff front leg. A little bit of bend, but I want it to be firm so that you can push off against a firm front side to generate arm speed.
Ball hit well to center field. Melky Cabrera is there. And A.J. Burnett has faced 6 Rangers in 2 innings. 3 of them have struck out. All of them have made outs. 2. And C.C. Sabathia has been perfect this month of August. Has run his record to a league-leading 15 wins and 7 losses, 3.59. Those guys work quickly. They work effectively. And that's the matchup for the opening series against the Chicago White Sox. Here's Melky Cabrera will lead it off for the Yankees here in the bottom of the first. He takes a pitch for a call strike. All in all for Nippert in the first inning, despite the fact he worked very hard, he allowed just 1 run on the 1 hit, the single by Mark Teixeira. Melky with a weak swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. Melky has scored a run in this series, but he's just 1 for 7. And there are his seasonal numbers: 11 homers. That represents a career high for Melky Cabrera. The 0-2 pitch, hit on the ground. Nice stop by Michael Young. Now the throw, and it gets away from the first baseman Chris Davis, and Melky's going to be safe at first. They might give Melky a hit on this, and we'll check and see. Yeah, it's going to be a base hit. Degree of difficulty and Melky's speed factor in.
You see Melky fighting off an 0-2 fastball that Nippert probably wished he would have got in a little more. And Michael Young, his first year at third base this year, makes a good pickup. Looks like Melky would have been safe either way. It's probably a good call on the hit. Nice pickup. That ball smoked down the line. Gets up. Kind of back legs that throw over there. One hops it, not in time.
Yeah, and once again, Melky makes the call himself. He is safe. So a leadoff infield signal to bring up Jose Molina. And Molina taking all the way, and it's downstairs for a ball. We were talking about trades last night, David, and how about this one? Jose Molina for Jeff Kennard.
Who?
Exactly. Kennard's in the minor leagues right now with the Cincinnati organization. 1-1 to Molina. The Yankees get a good, solid backup catcher who knows the league very well when they got it. Strong throwing arm. Deters the stolen base.
We were a little worried about Posada last night coming out of that game with a finger and hand injury. Must be okay, or else the Yankees probably would have called up Cervelli as insurance. Because if Molina, goes down today, Posada must be good enough to catch in an emergency, or else we're going to find out if maybe Eric Hinsky can catch, or possibly Jerry Hairston might be the emergency catcher. But I'm sure Posada, if needed, probably could go back there.
1-1 pitch, and Molina takes a breaking ball upstairs for a ball. Posada last night, for those of you who missed it, bruised the ring finger on his left hand on a foul tip. And they're trying to rest him a bit here. Now, it'd be interesting to see how many days or how many games he actually misses. He had the big hit in last night's game, a 3-run homer early in the game to put the Yankees in front. This ball's hit well to center field. Going back is Hamilton. He'll turn just before the warning track and make the catch. Or you pick it on the wrong part of the ballpark when you hit it that way. 1 out as Melky goes back to first. Let's take a look at the injury to Jorge Posada.
A foul tip. Snaps the glove back. Fingers and wrist. Jorge Posada's a tough guy. You hardly ever see him walk off the mound or walk off the field like that. So he obviously was in pain.
So hopefully Jorge, who last night hit his 17th home run of the year, will be back in there quickly. Now to the top of the order, Derek Jeter was a strikeout victim in first. There goes Melky Cabrera. He's on the move. It's a curveball. The throw down to second is not in time. He's in there with a stolen base. Melky turns on the Jets for his 7th steal of the year.
You got it right, Kenny. I mean, he picked the right pitch to go. A good jump. Nippert a little slow to home. A big, slow 76-mile-an-hour curveball. And Melky's easily in.
So he's now in scoring position. The pitch was a ball to Derek Jeter. Pudge Rodriguez. Inside. Jeter has to jump back out of the way. 2 balls and no strikes.
See this pitch. For me, Kenny, that's a good pitch. That's the way you move. You make a hitter move his feet. No real danger of Jeter getting hit there, not wear up over his head, but you can see that ball's just inside the line of the batter's box. To me, that's good pitching.
Yeah, but you better make a better pitch here, 2-0, because this is when hitters start to load up. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, you can move them off the plate, but better come back with a good pitch over the outside corner. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And Jeter fouls it off. It's 2-1. Derek, for the month of August, .379 with 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in, on-base percentage just under 40%. And that has propelled his batting average up to .333. Leadoff hitter supposed to score runs, and Derek has scored 15 in his last 15 games. Next pitch. Hit on the ground towards short for Andrus. On the play, Melky Cabrera is going to go to third, but there are 2 outs. As Jeter is out number 2. Fans, you'll never miss another game again now that Yankee fans can watch live Yes Network games on their PCs and laptops. If you're a Verizon Fios TV customer with Fios Internet who watches Yes, log on to YesNetwork.com, Yankees.com, or Verizon.net/Yes. Get more information and sign up for your subscription today. That's what you're talking about, out on the boat, watching a game on your laptop. How perfect can that be? Here's Damon, who drew a walk, scored the only run of the ball game. That was last inning. Takes a breaking ball low inside. Good stop by Teagarden. Johnny also had a stolen base, his 10th of the year. Scored another run. Leads the Yankees in that department. Scored 89 runs. He's among the league leaders. So is Jeter. So is Cano in that category. The Yankees have regained the lead in run scoring in the American League. And that is a call strike, 1-1. They have 1 more run scored than the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. 7-14 to 7-13. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 on Johnny Damon.
Ripper's got a good changeup. He's mixing a couple of more curveballs, but his second best pitch is his changeup. He's used it more often. Got a good feel for it. That one had good action down in the zone.
Ball was blooped in the air. It could be a tough play, and Michael Young cannot make the play. Not enough airtime on that foul ball off the bat of Johnny Damon. I don't believe he did not break his bat on this.
After the changeup down and away, let's go back in, and a good pitch. You see Damon just trying to spoil it, fight it off. Not exactly what he had in mind, but it worked.
The at bat continues with Melky Cabrera at third and 2 outs. Ball is drilled down the right field line, has the distance, but not the direction. It's foul. You know, I was thinking after he had Johnny swing and miss that changeup early in the count. Bad changeups go a long way. Get it up a little towards the middle of the plate. Just sits there on a tee. Next pitch, swung on and missed on a fastball. Johnny Damon is struck out. Nippert now has 3 strikeouts to go along with 3 walks. The Yankees leave a runner at third. 2 innings have been completed, and the Yankees have a 1-0 lead. of these players, hampered by injury or slow starts, is contributing most to their team's playoff run now? And your choices are Vladimir Guerrero of the Angels, Josh Hamilton here, Texas, Maglio Ordonez of Detroit, or David Ortiz of the Boston Red Sox. Text your vote to 58772. Bottom third of the order for the Rangers. Taylor Teagarden will start it off for Texas. And the first pitch from A.J. Burnett. Was that a beautiful shot of downtown of Manhattan Island?
Incredible.
Well, this is our Modell's inning, and Modell's, of course, the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees. Yankees leading 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Teagarden, who takes a pitch just outside. It's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, Statue of Liberty just off in the distance there. What a sight that is. Of course, downtown Manhattan.
Right over that way is where they're playing the golf tournament too this week at the PGA at Liberty National. One of the greens, you're going to have that view of the Statue of Liberty too.
Isn't that unbelievable? What a beautiful day. And of course, you can see Central Park coming into view. Big lake in Central Park. At Central Park, 843 acres. Comprises about 6% of Manhattan Island. 2-2. 2-2 on Teagarden. He'll be followed by Davis and Andrus for the Rangers here in the top of the third. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 4th strikeout. All swinging for A.J. Burnett.
You know, a lot of times you wonder, and you see pitches like this, why did he swing at that? Because it was nasty. It looks like it's for fastball right on the outside corner at the last minute. It just dives down and away. I mean, it's easy to sit at home and go, hey, Harry Carey, how can he swing at that? I'll tell you what, A.J. Burnett's nasty today.
Hey, grab a bat, Harry. Here's Chris Davis, the first baseman. Davis fouls a pitch off strike 1.
Remember Harry Carey doing that? I remember hearing him do that a lot.
Well,
popped him up. How can he swing at that pitch?
Davis recently recalled this is his first series back in the big leagues after spending about 40 games in the minors. There's a pitch there. It's a call strike. Filthy breaking ball. Davis is 3 for 8 this series. He's made his presence known. It's coming back from AAA Oklahoma City, playing for the Red Hawks. Let's see what Jose Molina has in store for Chris Davis on this 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball was low.
You can just tell by A.J. Burnett's demeanor on the mound. He's on a mission. You know, he just got that look in his eye, and very confident on the mound today, trying to bounce back from a really disappointing start in Fenway, his last one out.
Now the count is 2-2. That one misses. You know, Davis was sent to the minor leagues earlier this year, and I think it was a good move by the Rangers because in his first 219 at bats, he had struck out 100 times. Swing and a miss here, and he is gone. 5 strikeouts for A.J. Burnett. All of them by the swing and a miss.
This slider does something different every time. This one goes straight down. You know, when you get tight spin on a good breaking ball, it'll break differently from left-handed batters to right-handed batters. You see A.J. Burnett get a little more on top of that one, going straight down with the break and the tilt.
2 strikeouts in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 more here in the third inning. Will bring up the number 9 hitter, the rookie Elvis Andrus. Been very impressive in this series. Takes first pitch for a call strike. Burnett has now struck out at least 5 in 5 straight starts, but this one has a long way to go. The 0-1 pitch. Just outside, man. That glove pop. Ball and a strike. 96 miles an hour. Andrus, a young man from Venezuela. Long line of great Venezuelan shortstops. He might be the next. Just 21 years old. You think about Omar Vizquel, who's now a teammate of his near the end of his career. He's sort of like a mentor for Andrus. And you think of others. Hall of Famer Luis Aparicio, David Concepcion, and you go all the way back to Chico Carrasquel.
Yeah, for me, Omar Vizquel is a Hall of Famer. I played against him, did battle with him. He was tough, not only defensively a Gold Glover, but offensively too.
2-1 pitch. And that's a call strike. Andrews thought it was inside. 2-2.
Ball running up and in. Good life.
It had the corner. So Burnett is 1 strike away from striking out the side here in the 3rd inning. Trying to work corner to corner, and that one just missed.
Well, A.J. Burnett's misses have been just like that, just off the plate. Down and up, using all 4 quadrants of the zone.
Here is the payoff pitch. Ground ball to short. Derek Jeter has it. The throw to first, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for A.J. Burnett. He has faced 9 Rangers. All 9 are out. It's on to the bottom of the 3rd. Yankees leading 1-0. Don't miss this special 90-minute premiere with limited commercial interruption Wednesday night at 11, only on Yes. That should be something. Here's Mark Teixeira. Been something just about all season long. Teixeira takes a pitch outside, ball 1, had a single and a run batted in the 1st inning. On our Modell scoreboard, Yankees leading at 1-0. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees. 1-0 pitch, and there's a call strike, 1-1. Off the end of the bat, fouled back, and it's 1-2.
In case you were wondering, Kenny, I did a little research. Dustin Nippert, kind of a unique last name. He is not the first Nippert in the big leagues. There was a guy named Merlin Nippert that pitched 10 days for the Red Sox back in 1962. So Dustin is the 2nd big league Nippert, in case you were wondering.
You know, you think of I think of Al Nippert of the Boston Red Sox, who actually hit my last major league home run off him. Ball is hit towards the middle from the outfield grass. Kinsler is going to throw the first in time to get to Sharon. 1 down here in the 3rd. So Kinsler, who was playing back on the grass, ranged to his right, made a nice play.
He did. We talked about the wealth of great second basemen now in the game, and Ian Kinsler can do it on the defensive end as well. Talked about his power, 26 home runs, good range, throwing on the run. Nice play.
A-Rod loops one into right field for a base hit. Strong enough, even though he got jammed, and he's on with 1 out. Kicking on the first pitch fastball.
Running up and in, probably a ball. what you call fight it off. Get off of me. And it does, and it lands in for a hit.
And with A-Rod getting this one-out single, it'll bring up Hideki Matsui. There's the captain. Yeah, it's one of those days you need your sunglasses. Especially when you got a bright future. A-Rod wants the signs again from third base coach Robbie Thompson. Speaking of Matsui, 23 home runs and 68 runs batted in as a designated hitter this year. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back just below us, and it's out of play. Matsui is tied with Jim Thome for the most home runs as a DH with the 23, and he's third in runs batted in behind Thome and David Ortiz. They both have 72.
Well, you see the defensive alignment in the outfield for the Rangers. Hamilton in center, very shallow and shaded to pull, and Nelson Cruz in right field deep and playing to pull too.
Nippert's 0-1 pitch, and Matsui tried to check the swing, and the appeal at third, yeah, he did check. That's Randy Marsh, the crew chief, who's making the calls down at third base. It's ball and a strike now on Matsui. And there's the outfield alignment that David was talking about. It's amazing how they prepare the fields now, and you saw the checkerboard pattern for the outfield, the grass in the infield and the outfield. Just beautiful. I think back to the days when I was playing at some outfields where the outfielders used to stand, there was no grass. I mean, just worn out spots.
Well, you got to give credit to the Yankee grounds crew. You know, in a new stadium this year, getting this ballpark ready. The playing conditions on the field have been outstanding this year.
And Dan Cunningham and his crew. Job well done. 1-1 pitch, and Matsui might have been a changeup. He was out in front. A ball and 2 strikes. It was a change. You know, sometimes you can tell by the way the hitter actually swings at the ball. You know, it looks like he's trying to hold up his swing. He can't do it. You know,
yeah, that changeup's got the same rotation as a fastball would. So it's very hard to distinguish between the two.
Throw to first to check on A-Rod. Sometimes, you know, you can hurt your elbows. You just get a little stinger on your swing. Matsui down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Inside 2-2. Now the Yankees have been active on the bases here in the early going in this game. Both Melky Cabrera and Johnny Damon have picked up stolen bases. For Johnny his 10th, and for Melky his 7th. There is a major deterrent in the dugout. Pudge Rodriguez, he's not playing this afternoon. It's Taylor Teagard, who is the #1 catcher. A-Rod not going. The pitch is high and the count is full. So on this 3-2 pitch, you would expect him to be on the move.
Kind of the part of the lineup, if I'm Dustin Nippert and I'm looking at the Yankee lineup today, this part of the lineup, with these 3 lefties, obviously Swisher a switch hitter on deck, and then Cano following him up, is the trouble spot.
A-Rod goes, and the pitch looked like a changeup. The ball for a couple of things there. 3-2 changeup. Yeah, maybe he's trying to fool the hitter, because even if it's a strike, they're not going to throw out A-Rod. So a walk on the changeup, and it puts 2 runners on with 1 out. Second time that Matsui has drawn a walk.
You know, the reason I say that, Kenny, is because, you know, Teixeira, you're going to try to pitch around him, and A-Rod as well, even though Nippert's a right-handed batter, or right-handed pitcher rather. So you got to figure that you're going to be careful with Teixeira and A-Rod, and now you get to Matsui, Swisher, and Cano. And now, as you see, Swisher comes up first and second after a walk to Matsui. You know, Cano on deck. I mean, there's no break in this lineup.
Yeah, things are starting to boil. Now you get a couple men on base. The water's starting to get hot, and the Yankees look like they're ready to tee him up. Pitch the Swishers in there for a strike. Swisher drew a walk in the first inning.
have to leave out Melky Cabrera, batting 8th today on Cano. So for a right-handed pitcher, we got 4 straight left-handed bats in this part of the lineup.
0-1 pitch is popped up. This is to the left side of the infield. Andres, the shortstop, is there, and he puts it away for round number 2. So the runners do not move, and they'll leave it up to Robinson Cano. Cano came up with the bases loaded in the first inning and hit a rocket to left field that was flagged down by David Murphy. Cano, a member of the 20 home run club on the Yankees. The Yankees have 6 players with 20 or more homers. And looking at Murphy in left field and the way they play Cano, they're playing him to hit the ball the other way. You can see Hamilton in center, a few steps towards left center field. The big gap is in right center. Nipper deals, good swing, and he fouled it back, strike 1. There's Teixeira on top, Matsui second, A-Rod and Damon tied, Swisher, and then Cano. And the possibilities for 20. Posada with 17 and Jeter with 16. There's a lot of home runs. The Yankees might be threatening their team record when we get into the latter stages of September, set by the 2004 Yankees. High for a ball, 1-1, and if you're wondering what that number is, it's 242 home runs.
You know, Kenny, we mentioned it the first night. With the Yankees, not only is it those home run numbers, but they also have the best strikeout to walk ratio offensively, meaning that they walk a lot and they don't strike out a lot, and they hit a lot of home runs. That's a devastating combination for any pitcher to face.
Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. You're right, Nippert likes to use that changeup.
Predominantly a fastball changeup guy, has mixed in a few curveballs, but coming into this game, he was a 68% fastballs on the year and 10% curveballs, 15% changeup. So that tells me that his curveball is his 3rd best pitch.
Two on and 2 out. Cano hits a ground ball to second for Kinsler, who will throw out Robinson Cano, and the Yankees will leave a couple of men on base. So Nippert is yet to have a 1-2-3 inning, but he trails only 1-0 to the Yankees.
Well, I'm going to have a good game. Well, let's see if he does. There's one. There's another one.
Ooh.
There's a third. Nasty. Just for good measure. 5 strikeouts, all on breaking balls, and they all had different tilt and different break to them. definitely got a good one today.
Oof. Here is Bourbon, who was the first strikeout victim, leading off the ball game, and he takes a pitch for a called strike. This youngster, recently recalled from the minor leagues, where he hit .307 with 25 stolen bases at AAA. You see A-Rod guarding against the bunt over there at third. Skips a little rope, and the count is 1-1. Bourbon actually spent 3 years playing at the University of Tennessee, where he hit .355 as a volunteer. No, that's the nickname. He wasn't a volunteer player. In a way, he was. Tries to lay down a bunt, and this is going to go foul. And that .355 represents 3 years of play in the Southeast Conference. So he pretty good college career. But right now he's behind on the count of ball and 2 strikes. And David, does that line up that breaking ball one more time for Mr. Bourbon?
Certainly can throw it anytime he wants.
Pitch is on the way, and that's not close enough. Couldn't get him to bite. The count is 2-2.
Molina, even though it goes unnoticed, but just a great block of that pitch, just in case Bourbon swung at it. He's breaking balls down in the third. He anticipates them so well.
Two pitch. Fastball. Strike 3 call. Bourbon may be looking for the hook. He gets the express instead.
But when you throw that hard and you can reach out and hit it at knee high, and a great frame job gets the call. Might have been just off the plate, but this is what Molina does for you. The way he catches that ball, waits till the last minute, and holds it right there. We got to get some sabermetrics on catchers and framing. See how many strikes they steal throughout the course of a year.
Michael Young takes a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. I was framed.
That was framed. I'm sending a challenge out to all you sabermetricians out there. See if you can come up with a stat for that, because Molina would be at the top of the league.
Is the way he deftly moves his glove closer to the plate.
Just the way you receive the ball, the way you present it to the umpire, the way you set up.
Michael Young is now faced with a 1-1 count as he fouls that one off. Young flew out to right field. So far today, A.J. Burnett has worked exclusively from the windup. He's faced 10, he's retired 10, and struck out 6 of them. One pitch is fouled off, and the count is 1-2. Yankees behind Burnett beat the Rangers twice, 9-2 and 12-3. So he got plenty of run support in his 2 previous starts against Texas. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Well, the fans are anticipating a strikeout. It's 2-2.
Molina again setting up right there. Very quiet hands, a little bit of movement in the glove. Didn't get that one. And Michael Young's on the top 3 of the all-time hit list in the Rangers' history.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Burnett strikes him out. Number 7 on the afternoon. The only K missing is Michael K.
Well, A.J. Burnett didn't read the press guide like I did. He's going to snap off another nasty breaking ball down and away. Michael Young, no chance. Late breaking down, perfect location.
And that'll bring up Josh Hamilton, who was a strikeout victim in the first inning. Breaking ball is fouled off, strike 1.
I was going to say, Kenny, Michael Young right there, just a great player. He's, 200 hit club, top 3 positions he owns with the Rangers franchise. Who's number 4? Mick the Quick. Mickey Rivers is number 4 in 1980.
Low inside for a ball.
Mick hit .333 for the Rangers, 1980.
Let's check out the New York State Smokers Quick Line quiz. Here's the question quickly. Who are the only 3 players with 30-plus home run seasons for both the Yankees and the Rangers? That's a good question. We'll have the answer for you in the bottom half of the inning. 1-1 pitch, and it's a little bit low for a ball. It's interesting. And we just saw Pudge Rodriguez in the Rangers dugout. He has the all-time leader for hits by a catcher. And Derek Jeter's the all-time leader for hits by a shortstop. Here's a call strike, and it's 2-2. Both of them in this ball game. Or Pudge is, well, he's actually here, but he's watching. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the fans are getting into this one. 2-2 pitch. Didn't get the call, and the count is full at 3-2. 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, this is when you know your mechanics are good. When you throw in this hard and you're able to reach out there and go cheese at the knees. Almost gets the call. Molina does a good job right there. Hold it right there. Boy, I tell you what, that's close.
Yeah, that was close. Well, here's the payoff pitch to Hamilton. And it's low and inside, and he draws a walk. He is the first Rangers base runner.
The toughest thing to do, Kenny, you know, he overthrew that breaking ball right there, but we'll go sequence here as AJ's really reaching out there. Breaking ball, first pitch for strike, fouled off, down and in, kind of overthrew it a little bit. Down, missing down, looked like a changeup right there, rarely. That's the one. You can reach out with that four-seamer down like that, just missing. That's when you know your mechanics are good on your fastball, even though he lost him on the 3-2 slider. So
he retired 11 in a row to start the ball game. First time this afternoon that he's going to work from the stretch. A.J. Burnett to Nelson Cruz. Foul at the plate at strike 1. Cruz struck out leading off the second inning. A little hitch in his get along as he fouled that one off the foot.
Ricochet got 2, got the kneecap too. Yeah, foot to the kneecap.
Yeah, that's something I do not miss. Fouling balls off your foot. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's flown away for a ball. In fact, my left big toe still hurts from a foul ball off the bat of a pitch from Ron Guidry here at the old Yankee Stadium across the street.
Stays with you, doesn't it?
Oh man. Feel it in the morning on those rainy days. Pitches swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. In fact, I had to leave the game and go downtown to get an X-ray. But back in there the next night. Nowadays, you can get X-rayed at the ballpark. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nelson Cruz. The fans getting into it. There's going to be a toss over to first. Burnett's control of the home plate has been much better than it has been to first base. This is his first throw to first on today, and the sheriff is tested. One-two pitch. Foul back. Got the mask of Jim Reynolds. Count to 3. He's okay. Molina immediately checking him. There's a kinship between the catchers and the umpires.
We've seen a lot of that lately. Foul tip straight back off the catcher's mask, off the umpires. We've seen some umpires go down. Cross up the other day. Saw one umpire get hit in the chest and go down.
There were 3 home plate umpires in the game in Toronto last night. 2 knocked out because of injury. His pitch is fouled off.
Tom Hallian, I think.
He was one. There's so much kinship between Molina and Jim Reynolds. I think they went to the same store to get their sunglasses.
Might have to bring back the old outside chest protectors for the umpires.
There's Molina's glasses. The 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Good stop by Molina. Remember, this is just a 1-0 ball game. Yankees in front. And there's a look at the sunglasses that Reynolds is sporting this afternoon. A.J. Burnett's been plenty tough. 7 strikeouts.
Well, that's what Molina does so well. Soft hands. He gets his body in position to block it, but at the same time he can still pick it because he has great hands as well.
Two and 2 on Cruz. Another throw to first to check on Hamilton. We had mentioned in the opening game of the series the Rangers are running more than they have in the past. More team speed. Hamilton has 8 steals.
The courtesy throw just to keep Hamilton from getting a running start.
Not close enough to get Cruz to chase, and the count is run full at 3-2, and that will set Hamilton in motion with 2 outs. On deck is Ian Kinsler. Runner goes, the 3-2 pitch. And it's outside, ball 4. Cruz has drawn a walk. So after 2 strikeouts, back-to-back base on balls will move the tying run to second, the go-ahead run to first. It'll bring up Ian Kinsler. And Molina's just go out and slow things down.
Sometimes you work the count, Steve, when you got really good stuff out there, and as A.J. Burnett does, a good fastball. Great breaking ball today. You kind of try to get into that strikeout mode. Maybe you get a little too fine in certain situations. Certainly not wild. 2 straight walks, but all the pitches were very close. And he almost got in a position there with Cruz, having seen him chase breaking balls throughout the first 2 games of the series. Tried to get him on 3-2, and to Cruz's credit, he laid off.
So 2 on, 2 outs to bring up Kinsler. Put the ball in play, hit a ground ball. Alex Rodriguez into second. Swings here, drills this deep to left field. Going back is Damon. It's a 3-run home run for Ian Kinsler, and the Texas Rangers lead it by a score of 3-1. Following the 2 walks, the pitch almost right down the middle, and Kinsler, David pointed out, he's got power. That's his 27th home run of the year. And that ties Cruz for the team lead.
Good job by Kinsler. After 2 straight walks, a fastball right there down the middle, belt high, and he does not miss it. AJ knows the head goes down. That stack and tilt. See that lean back, almost a reverse C, no stride, slight uppercut. Generates a lot of power.
Well, there's the danger following a base on balls. You know, you have to regain the strike zone, and sometimes pitchers find too much of the plate. Kinsler didn't waste any time. Looking first pitch fastball and got it.
Even though Ian Kinsler did not really stride on that swing, firms up that front leg, and the fastball is right down the middle, right in here. See how firm that front leg was, even though there was no stride. Hitting against that firm front side generates a lot of bat speed.
Here's David Murphy, who flied out to center. Kinsler dropped down in the lineup today. Last night he was the leadoff hitter. Today in a power slot. Pitch is fouled off, and it's 1-1.
Take a look. This is what I mean by stack and tilt. Oh, he gets those hips open, and that's firm, and that's a slight uppercut. You're going to see the plane of his swing as he hits the bottom half of the ball right there.
That's the Coors Light freeze cam, and turns into a 3-run homer. Pitches a call strike to Murphy, and it's 1-2. So the Rangers, their first hit of the game off A.J. Burnett is a 3-run homer. 1-2 pitch. Did Murphy go? No. Says Randy Marsh. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's one if you're in the dugout, Kenny, you know, you're into bench jockey, and I'd hear Billy Martin say, if you would have hit it, it would have been a double. I mean, I want that call right there.
Murphy spoils one. The count holds at 2-2. This has been an interesting game so far. Burnett has been cruising, but once the Rangers got an opportunity, they cashed in. The Yankees have had many opportunities through their first 3 at bats, and left 6 men on base. 2-2 pitch, and Murphy, did he check? No, that time Jim Reynolds says he went, and he didn't ask for help. Well, Murphy is gone. 8th strikeout victim. Well, the Rangers strike with a 3-run home run following 2 walks. Ian Kinsler, his 27th home run of the year, and that has the Rangers in the lead at 3-1. Well, it's time for the New York State Smoker Quick Line Quiz answer. Who are the only 3 players with 30-plus home run seasons from both the Yankees and the Texas Rangers? And the answer: Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez, and Alfonso Soriano.
Forgot about Alfonso. I had Tex and A-Rod.
There's always a little subtle trick to those answers. There's a pitch low in the dirt to Melky Cabrera. The Yankees now find themselves down by a couple of runs. A 2-out, 3-run home run by Ian Kinsler has Texas out in front. The 1-0 pitch to Melky Cabrera. Curveball is high ball 2. Rangers have scored 15 runs in this series, 13 of them with 2 outs.
2 out walks. Once again.
Melky fakes the bunt and takes outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
Not exactly the start to the inning that Nippert wanted right here, going down 3-0 after being spotted a lead 3-1.
And Melky taking all the way, of course. Netman's poured in there for a call strike, 3-1.
Conversely, the Yankees looking to answer and let the Rangers know that they're going to get right back in it.
Ball 4, the leadoff walk. Melky Cabrera on for the second time. He had a single in the second. And once again, our aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. Get every major league game in HD this season with DirecTV. And what a day to be up there flying around in a blimp. I bet you the views are outstanding.
Got a big game feel here. Like I said, got the blimp. We're getting the shots.
Well, you know, the winner of this series, the winner of this game will win the series. 2 out of 3. Molina takes a strike.
Could be a preview of the playoffs.
Molina 0 for 1, flying out to center. Cabrera had a steal last time. Let's see if he's in motion this time. Not going. Pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Interesting to see if Joe Girardi here tries to maybe get something going here. A little hit and run. Molina can shoot the ball the other way. Melky on the base pass.
Rangers in the outfield are playing him to hit the ball the other way. Pitch is hit hard, but he pulled it foul. It's 1 hop over the tarp. One of those tough souvenirs. Kansas copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Inside, 2-2 to Molina. Following Jose, the Yankee lineup will turn over. Back to the captain, Derek Jeter. Dustin Nippert, his first ever start against the New York Yankees. He's thrown 80 pitches thus far. Not a particularly good ball strike ratio. Two pitch hit on the ground at second. This could be 2. Kinsler to Andrus to Davis. A 4-6-3 double play. Well, Nippert gets the help via the double play ball.
He does. He's got good movement on his 2-seamer. He can get ground balls, and he does right when he needs it.
2 outs, nobody on, and Jeter will step in. There's the flip from Ian Kinsler. Andrus just taps the bag.
Melky way out of the baseline there. No way that's a legal slide. It's a non-factor in that particular play, but
supposed to have a body length, right?
You got to at least be able to reach back and get somewhere near the bag.
Jeter's 0 for 2 with a strikeout on the ground to the short. And the first pitch is maybe low, maybe outside.
You know, obviously the play doesn't mean a lot, but when you veer that far off to go after Andrus, who's got great range and is trying to get out of the way, if that play had meaning on it, Melky Cabrera, it would have been flagged on that.
Ball and a strike on Jeter as he nubs one foul near the home plate area. You mentioned Jeter's next hit will be the 40th of the month. And the only active player with more 40 hit months is Ichiro, who has 21 of them in his career. Here's the pitch, and Jeter takes low and away. That pitch was in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. And Jolton Joe DiMaggio, Hall of Famer, the only Yankee with more than Derek Jeter. 17 of them. 2-1 pitches high, ball 3. I bet you had a bunch of them in 1941.
I could find out.
Well, he won the MVP that year, despite the fact that Ted Williams hit over 400. He put together a 56-game hitting streak. 3-1 pitch, and that is high for ball 4. So Jeter draws a 2-out walk, and that'll set up Johnny Damon. Fans celebrate the inaugural season of Yankee Stadium on Labor Day, Monday. That's September 7th, when the Yankees take on the Rays. The first 18,000 fans, 21 and older, will receive a hand sanitizer keychain courtesy of New York Presbyterian. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankee Club of Shops, or call Ticketmaster 877-469-9849. Jeter at first, Damon at the plate. And the first pitch is outside, ball 1. Damon's had a no contact afternoon. He's walked and he's also struck out.
Excuse me, Kenny. DiMaggio's numbers are just ridiculous. I mean, when you look at them, just ridiculous numbers.
Is that for 41 or just, well, throughout his career, basically?
Throughout his career. I mean, you pick a season. It's just unbelievable. 1941, 125 RBIs, hit 357. 5 times in his career he had an OPS of over 1,000 for you sabermetricians out there. On base percentage plus slugging.
High, ball 2 to David. The 6 walks handed out by Nippert. That's a career high. And really that's been his problem today, the base on balls. He's had at least 1 walk in every inning except the second. Mike Maddox, when you have a young pitching staff, you have a pitching coach who usually makes a lot of trips to the mound. School is in session just about every inning.
Yankees have pushed him up to 88 pitches here in the bottom of the 4th.
2-0 on Damon. He represents a tying run at the plate, swings and misses on a changeup, and it's 2-1. That is the equalizer. And I've mentioned this before. If you got a youngster out there and you want him to pitch and teach him how to throw a changeup properly. Damon takes high and away, another changeup, and the count is 3 balls and a strike. And here's a good note on Joe DiMaggio. He had more home runs than strikeouts in 7 of his 13 seasons. That is not easy to do.
Not chasing that slider, is it?
No, it's 3-1 pitch to Damon, and it's another changeup, and it's in there for a strike. 3 in a row.
See the grip? It's up. Just above the belt, gets the call.
Damon was looking for this pitch. With it being up like it is?
More letter high, really. Just maybe right letter high. And the old high strike is back today.
Jeter goes. The pitch is low for ball 4. The Yankees have the tying runs off base. That is 7 walks handed out by Dustin Nippert.
That's just what happens. You know, Dustin Nippert's got good control. You know, you look at the line, you see 7 walks, and you see a lot of pitches that just missed. And with this Yankee lineup, that's what they do. They scare you out of the strike zone. You feel like you got to be perfect and make perfect pitches all day long. Next thing you know, you find yourself with 90 pitches in the bottom of the 4th.
Shara had a base hit and run batted into the first inning. He also grounded out to second in the third. 1 for 2, 2 men on, and a timeout is called. And I think this has something to do with the signs, because the shortstop Andrus is going to come in and add his 2 cents.
Give a little time for the Rangers to get their bullpen going as well, even though there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Ball 1 to Mark Teixeira. The way Nippert's pitching all afternoon, falling behind on counts, walking batters. Jason Grilly's warming up in the Texas Rangers bullpen in left center field. That's the overhead view from the blimp. Days like this, sometimes you don't get the best defensive plays. I mean, the fielders are standing out there waiting for you to throw strikes. Just not happening. The 1-0 pitch, and Teixeira drives one deep down the left field line, but foul. And it's a ball and a strike. Teixeira drove in his 96th run of the year in the first inning. The 1-1 pitch is over the inside corner for a strike. Teixeira this year been pretty good in these situations. With 2 outs, runners in scoring position. A third of the time, 333, he has come through. One-two pitch, and he checks a swing, fouls it off. Yankees left 3 men on base in the first inning, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. They have 2 men on here in the 4th inning with a couple of outs. They're looking for the right man at the right time. Jeter's on the move. The pitch to Teixeira is a ball, and Jeter steals third base. So Nippert sole attention was on the batter, and Derek now has 22 steals.
It's one of those plays where you better be sure. Johnny Damon not picking up the read from Jeter, staying at first, and Jeter was sure.
So you got that little running start. All right, now the count is 2-2. Runners on the corners. Now they go check on Damon. Yankees have stolen 3 bases today. And what this does, it brings Chris Davis over the first to hold Damon on. It opens up the right side a little bit. Pitch is hit hard and by Davis in the right field for a base hit. Jeter will score. Damon's on his way to third. The throw is cut off, and it's now a 3-2 ball game. So the steal of third actually opened up the hole, and Teixeira takes advantage.
We go to the sequence here. First pitch curveball down. Changeup fouled off. Good fastball in the inside corner. Another fastball, check swing. Curveball just misses. Jeter steals third, and as Kenny said, now the hole's open. Sheriff finds the hole, and another RBI.
His 97th of the year, and that's going to be the last pitch thrown by Dustin Nippert. He is now out of the ball game. Yankees are trailing by a score of 3-2. Jason Grilly coming into the ball game with A-Rod coming to the plate. skipper takes a look at next week's American League East matchups and answers all your questions as postseason play gets closer. It's an all-new Joe Girardi show Sunday at 5, only on Yes. Well, the Rangers go to the bullpen, and his call to the bullpen is brought to you by AT&T. Your world delivered. Jason Grilli comes out of the pen. Yankees have runners on the corners with 2 men out. Alex Rodriguez will come to the plate. Now, Grilli actually pitched in the first game of the series. Faced only 2 batters. Was charged with 2 runs, a hit, and a walk. As both of those runners eventually came around to score. Did not record an out. Pitch to A-Rod. Breaking ball is in there for a called strike. David at third. Teixeira at first. Those are the numbers on Jason Grilli. Nippert walked 7. Struck out 3 through 98 pitches in 3 2/3 innings. A-Rod is struck out and singled. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
A-Rod had one thought on his mind with that swing. 16 of his 22 home runs this year have come against right-handed pitching.
Foul back to the screen. We just got a piece of it. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. A-Rod's had a good series. He is 4 for 8. And with the base hit last time up, he increased his hitting streak to 6 straight games. Pitch, a little number back towards the mound for Grilli. Straightens up, throws the first, and the Yankees will leave 2 men on. But they do score a run here in the 4th inning. They creep a little closer to the Texas Rangers. As we go to the 5th, the Rangers have a 3-2 lead on the Yankees. Thanks, Bob, for the update here at Yankee Stadium. Yankees trailing 3-2 on our Lexus scoreboard. It's on to the 5th inning. You can see the Rangers only have 1 hit, but it was a 3-run home run, followed a couple of walks. He and Kinsler with his 27th home run of the year. Bottom 3rd of the order, Taylor Teagarden is going to lead it off, and he takes a pitch inside for a ball. Teagarden struck out in the 3rd inning. Saw his average go down a point, hitting 193. Ball is fouled off, a ball and a strike. And some pitchers moving around today. The Boston Red Sox released Brad Penny. No longer pitching for the Red Sox.
Just cut him loose.
He's there for the taking. 1-1 pitch. Curveball's in for a strike, and these Texas Rangers. We saw Jason Jennings pitching here last night. Gave up 3 runs in 1 inning of work, along with 3 hits and a strikeout. He's gone. Pedro Strop called up from the minors. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Teagarden with his second strikeout. 9 strikeouts now for A.J. Burnett.
Well, he's back on track. Sweeping slider. Teagarden just cannot hold up. Once he commits, he's gone. Interesting with Brad Penny, you know, the former Red Sox pitcher. You know, earlier in the year there was a lot of interest in people trading for him. You know, when the Red Sox seemingly had a glut of starting pitching with John Smoltz on the way, and Dice K was still healthy and in the rotation. And Brad Penny was going to get traded. Now all of a sudden he's out there on the scrap heap for anybody to get.
1 ball and no strikes on Davis, who was a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. There's a call strike, and it's 1-1. By the way, if you're wondering, 10 strikeouts is a season high for A.J. Burnett. He did that on June 27th at Citi Field against the Mets. It was a game that the Yankees won 5-0. Ball is fouled on the first base side. Ball and 2 strikes. His career high in strikeouts is 14. And the last time Burnett did that was on July 6th, 2005 against Milwaukee. Swing and a miss. Strike to 10 strikeouts as Chris Davis goes out for the 2nd time.
Take a look at the sequence. Down and in. Good fastball. Actually took a little off of that one. There's a breaking ball going straight down. And another one going straight down. We've seen him sweep it off the plate to righties. This is the one he throws to lefties, going more downward tilt. Another swing and a miss.
Andrus swinging at the first pitch. Didn't want to get 2 strikes. Hits it to second. And he is out at 1, 2, 3 inning. 9 pitch inning for A.J. Burnett here in the 5th. The Yankees need some runs. They trail 3-2. Look at that on Alexa's scoreboard. Yankees down 3-2, but you can see off all the way to the horizon. Matsui takes a pitch for a strike, leading off for the Yankees here in the 5th inning. He has walked a couple of times, but he is facing Jason Grilli, who's working in relief of Dustin Nippert. And the 0-1 pitch. That is high. A ball and a strike on Matsui. Ball 2 downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Matsui, Swisher, Cano for the Yankees here in the 5th. The Yankees needing a win this afternoon to make it 2 out of 3 in this series. It would give them 8 consecutive home series victories. High, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
Matsui swinging the bat so much better in August. 70 at bats, hitting .314. 8 home runs, 24 RBIs so far this month.
Starting today, the Yankees are 32 games over. That's a season high. Pitch is fouled off, and the count is now full of 3-2. 32 games over 500. Not too far from Yankee Stadium. That's one way to get your exercise. Matsui fouls another pitch back at his 3-2. I think that's just across the street beyond the bleachers in left field. And there's the overview. Yep. Man, what a clear day. Three-2 pitch, and Matsui fouls another one off. Count holds at 3-2. You know, you ever tried that, David?
I never did, but I tell you what, I'm fascinated with it. You see these parks that are built now for skateboards. It's amazing what they can do.
They almost defy gravity with some of the things they can do. You know?
It's a big Tony Hawk fan. I see what he did, what he's done.
Ball, no, call strike 3. Matsui thought he had ball 4, but really painted the inside corner. And Matsui's a strikeout victim leading off the 5th.
Teagarden setting up inside Grilly, trying to get a little run. Good frame by Teagarden once again. Borderline pitch. Wow.
If it got the inside corner, it just caught a hint of it.
You know, that overhead camera is not directly overhead, so certainly a little margin for error there, but a really close pitch. And really, I give the credit to Teagarden once again. A good setup and a good frame.
Swisher has walked. It popped to short. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Gorgeous day for baseball here at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees are down 3-2. Ken Singleton along with David Cohn. This is the finale of a 3-game series. Swisher takes it. That's ball strike 2. Jason Grilly performing much better than he did when he came into the opening game of the series. The old and the new. Aerial pictures from the DirecTV blimp. Honing in on the new Yankee Stadium. Swing and a miss. And Swisher has struck out. 2 strikeouts in a row for Grilly. Well, Yankee Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your tri-state area Audi dealers. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. So with 2 outs, nobody on in the 5th. It'll bring up Robinson Cano. Cano's hit the ball hard twice. He's lined to left and grounded to second. And it's outside ball 1. Now, David Grilly's in a situation now where he is a pitcher of record for the Texas Rangers. He can actually pick up a win coming out of the bullpen. How often did you work out a bullpen in your career? Not very often, did you?
Early in my career, I did.
Cano fouls it back.
You know, it's an interesting point. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly well aware of the situation. Nippard's obviously disappointed. You know, he got knocked out of this game. kind of got himself out of this game with all the walks and the nibbling. And as we said, that's what the Yankee lineup can do for you. But I think as far as relieving goes, and today's game, it's so much better if you're versatile and you can do both start or relieve.
Change up, swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
I think it gives you a whole new perspective. That's how I learned to pitch earlier in my career. We've seen it with Phil Hughes this year. How he's adapted to the bullpen. It's a whole new routine for him. Whole different feeling for him down there. It's part of the learning process. Who knows what the future holds for Phil Hughes? He may wind up back in the rotation. But right now, this has been such a great experience for him. And I think it's a good learning experience for any young pitcher to go through.
Cano hits one in the air to center field. Josh Hamilton shielding his eyes from the rays of the sun and makes the catch, and the Yankees go quietly. First time this afternoon, the Yankees go out in order 1-2-3. It's on to the 6th inning for the Texas Rangers. They have the lead 3-2. Cup coffee system from the same people who bring us our office supplies. WB Mason, who but? Well, fans enjoying themselves and out in the bleachers. Top of the order for the Rangers here in the 6th inning. Julio Bourbon takes a fastball away. Bourbon has struck out twice. Once swinging, once looking. 3-2. The Texas Rangers on top. They only have one hit, but it was a 3-run homer by Ian Kinsler in the 4th inning. Bourbon tries to lay down a bunt, fouls it off, and it's a ball and a strike. David, you were talking about last inning about Phil Hughes going after the bullpen and how that could probably help him even if he comes back to rotation.
It is. I mean, it's just a great learning experience. I think young pitchers is kind of a lost art. You used to, that's the way I broke into the big leagues. You started out in the bullpen, you watched the game, you learned how to pitch, and then you worked your way into the rotation.
Foul at the plate.
Well, sometimes it's tough to ask a young kid that's 22, 21 years old to come right from the minor leagues into the rotation, into the big leagues, and expect him to have success. I think whatever happens with Phil Hughes, he's been so dominating in this role in the 8th inning that maybe this is his future. But even if he winds up back in the rotation next year or down the road, he'll be so much better off for having had this experience in relief. He's got a whole different demeanor on the mound, so aggressive. You don't have time to think as a reliever. You come in and you let your natural ability take over. Sometimes young pitchers, when they're starting, they let their mind wander, or maybe they think it's too tough. We saw it with Nipper tonight, kind of nibbling off the plate, thinking you have to be perfect.
Inside, Bourbon jumps out of the way 2-2. How about the factor of the anticipation of the start? Can that affect young guys?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the human element that is so hard to quantify. Some guys are just made up differently, and some guys handle it better than others. But I think the learning experience of being able to bounce back and forth, and of course in today's game with the Jabba Chamberlain situation, if you're going to protect his innings, then you're going to need more guys in that bullpen that can do more things, more versatility. I think that's why they traded for Chad Kodan, because he can start or relieve. So today's game, when you've got young starters on your staff, the more versatility you have in your bullpen, the better off you're going to be going forward.
Pitch is on the way, and Bourbon fouls it off. So they have the Yankees now have Godin. They also have Alfredo Aceves.
Litre can probably, even though he's not known as a reliever, he can do both. The versatility is going to be the key, especially in the age of protecting young pitchers' arms and limiting their innings. Sort of a pseudo six-man rotation.
Swing and a miss, and for the third time, Bourbon has struck out. That is 11 strikeouts now for A.J. Burnett.
Well, once again, going to the breaking ball straight down, almost trying to backdoor it a little bit. Once Bourbon commits, you can see you can't stop your swing. Once you start your swing, at that point, you're dead. There's no giving up.
Season high 11 strikeouts for A.J. Burnett. Michael Young, and he takes a pitch inside, straightens him up a bit, and it's ball one. Burnett has been dominating in this game with the exception of the fourth inning. And he was semi-dominating that inning. He struck out the first two batters, then walked the next two, and threw one right down the middle that Ian Kinsler hit to the left field seats. 1-0 pitch. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Michael Young.
A.J. Burnett, 60% fastballs, 54 fastballs out of 91 pitches.
3 balls and no strikes as he misses to Young.
Jumping up to 92 pitches in the top of the 6th. A.J. Burnett, kind of unpredictable. 60% fastballs, 40 or so percent breaking balls.
Drills a strike in there on the 3-0 count. You saw a brief shot of Josh Hamilton on deck. There he is. Had a pretty good series thus far. Pitch is drilled into left field for a base hit. Only the second hit for the Rangers. Michael Young with the base hit is now hit in 14 straight games. You don't want to fall behind on the count on this guy right now.
Got such quick hands. Good read right inside. I mean, you can see he leads with the knob of the bat. Gets inside that pitch. A short, quick stroke. Excellent hand-eye coordination. Very similar to Dustin Pedroia of the Red Sox. You see, Michael Young's been good for so long. You watch his hands and lead with the knob. Get the barrel to that inside pitch. That ball's almost off the plate inside. Shows you how quick his bat is.
Here's Hamilton. Swings, hits a ball in the air to left field for Johnny Damon. Flips down the sunglasses, comes on, and makes the catch for out number 2. So Hamilton not wasting any time, swinging at the first pitch. Young back to first base, and now there are 2 outs. If A.J. can get Cruz or get out of this inning, it would be the 19th time in his last 22 starts he's gone at least 6 innings. Cruz has walked and scored and struck out. Curveball is down low for ball 1. Two balls and no strikes. Had Young at first, and we told you the Rangers run more this year. He's 8 out of 11 in stolen base attempts.
Nelson Cruz has been tough against right-handed pitching this year. Pretty remarkable, hitting .290. 23 of his 27 home runs against right-handed pitching.
Call strike. Burnett hits the outside corner, 2-1. We saw in the opening game of the series, got power to the opposite field. He had a home run into the right field seats here at the stadium. Burnett and Molina thought that might have had corner, but instead it's ball 3. You're right, David. He's not missing by much when he misses.
Down and away. I tell you what, Cruz looked like he was going to chase last night a little bit and early in the game today, but he made the adjustments and really laid off some tough pitches.
There's the strike, and now the count is full, and it will set Young in motion with 2 outs. A bird's eye view of Yankee Stadium here in the 6th inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch. The runner goes, and it's outside for ball 4. Third walk allowed by Burnett. And we go back to the 4th inning.
First pitch hacking. Ian Kinsler's aggressive. When he steps in the batter's box, he's ready to hit. Similar to Derek Jeter in that regard. Certainly was ready on that one.
The Rangers second only to the Yankees in home runs. And for Kinsler, that was his 27th of the year. Donaldson Marte gets up in the Yankee bullpen. Bullpen coach Mike Harkey just to his left, supervising. So Kinsler's 1 for 2 with that homer. This time they started with a hook, and it's down and away, ball 1.
You had to guess that one was coming. I think A.J. Burnett and Molina were trying to throw that for a strike. Missed down and away.
Another hook, and that one's in there for a strike. A ball and a strike to Ian Kinsler.
Combination of being able to throw your breaking ball for strikes when you need to early in the count, and then expanding and throwing the one just off the plate that has been successful for Burnett today.
Another hook. That's in there for a strike. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Stay with it, David.
Might try to go down and away, but you see this is more of a front door breaking ball. You see Kinsler almost give up on it. Looks like it's going to be inside with a fastball, and it breaks over the inner half. Might try to cross him up and go fastball in.
Trying to check his swing. No, he didn't. He went around too far and has struck out. And the throw to first to complete the putout. So Kinsler has struck out. 12 strikeouts now for A.J. Burnett. And the Rangers will leave 2 men on here in the 6th inning. It's on to the bottom of the 6th. A.J. Burnett, a season high 12 strikeouts. But the Yankees trail 3-2. Bottom of the 6th inning, Melky Cabrera is going to lead it off. Melky has been on base twice with a single and a walk. And he takes a pitch for a strike from Jason Grilly, working in relief of Dustin Nipper. There's a look at the mighty Hudson River as he head back south. Melky fouls this one back. Looked like that pitch was right down the middle.
Here's my golf course, Kenny, right up here.
Really?
You go up the Hudson River, up this way, up in here, there's Hudson National.
All right.
Outstanding golf course, my home golf course.
All right.
Beautiful views of the Hudson River.
High and inside, a ball in 2 strikes to Melky Cabrera. When's your next tee time?
I need to get up there.
Oh, all right.
I've been working too much.
The 1-2 pitch, and Melky's split. You working tomorrow?
No, I'm not. Not officially. I'll be working something. I don't know what.
So Grilly, who thus far has faced 4 Yankees and retired all 4, has allowed a run in 3 of his last 4 outings, including in the opening game of the series when he allowed a couple. Swing and a miss, and Melky Cabrera struck out. That is the 3rd strikeout for Jason Grilly. He's been much more effective this afternoon than he was in the opening game of the series. Man's Yankee Baseball and Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World, and by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Three strikeouts now for Grilly. And George Washington, oh, traffic's picking up. Here's Molina. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it just below us for strike 1. Molina today is 0 for 2. He's fly to center, grounded into a double play. Phil Coke, the left-hander, is heating up in the Yankee bullpen. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. Burnett has been very effective outside of 1 pitch in 1 inning. And that's the reason why the Yankees trail 3-2. But 12 punch-outs. Molina hits a high fly ball to right field. Nelson Cruz, just in front of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 2. Time for another look at Toyota's TEX poll this afternoon. Once again, the question: which of these players, hampered by injury or a slow start, is contributing most to their team's playoff runs now? And your choices were Vladimir Guerrero, Josh Hamilton, Maglio Ordonez, or David Ortiz. And Ortiz is the winner, Guerrero second, Hamilton third, and Maglio Ordonez a distant fourth. As we hone in at Yankee Stadium, and when we come back inside, it's going to be Derek Jeter up with 2 outs and nobody on. Jeter's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored, picked up a steal in the 4th inning. And Grilly deals a breaking ball for a call strike.
Well, Grilly's really come out smoking tonight, you know, after setting up a comeback for the Yankees the other night in the 10-9 ball game. 27 pitches, 22 strikes, 5 balls.
Inside, and Jeter almost got clipped. And Grilly wasn't happy when he was taken out of the game the other night.
His fastball running, chasing him up and in, right at the belt.
1 ball, 1 strike to count on the Yankee captain. Strike 2 call over the outside corner, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. C.J. Wilson, a lefty, warming up in the Rangers pen. 1-2 pitch on the ground, the right side for Davis, who bobbles the ball. Recovers, flips to Grilly, and what a play! A recovery by Chris Davis to get the final out of the inning. It looked like that was an error in the making, but watch the backhand flip as Davis recovers. Grilly covering the bag. Hey, you work on that on the basketball court. 1-2-3, the Yankees go into 6, and at the end of 6, it's still 3-2 Texas. Inning-ending play against Derek Jeter.
Well, you called it, Kenny. Little Magic Johnson no-look pass. Grilly likes it. Backhand flip. Goes where it's supposed to go. Grilly's where he's supposed to be. Not an easy play. Made it tougher than it had to be, obviously, with the boot initially, but Grilly's pumped, and he threw well today.
New pitcher in the ballgame for the Yankees. A.J. Burnett's afternoon is over. Phil Koch, 59th appearance out of the pen. Got 2 left-handed hitters scheduled for the Rangers, including the leadoff hitter, David Murphy. Murphy has struck out and fly to center. And the first pitch from Phil Koch is low for ball 1. So A.J. Burnett with a season high 12 strikeouts. But he will depart on the short end of a 3-2 score. Ball is hit down the right field line, and it is a fair ball. Ball hops into the seats, and it's going to be a leadoff double for David Murphy. Murphy with his 16th double of the year.
Murphy's a good fastball hitter after a first pitch slider. This pitch is belt high, inner third at best. Murphy's shown us he's got a quick bat. He can hit dead red. Keeps it right on the line. Barely on the line.
The ball kicked up some chalk before kicking up into the seats. See how the Rangers play it from here. Taylor Teagarden, the catcher, is up, and he has struck out twice facing Burnett. Now facing the left-hander Koch. See if Ron Washington has him bunting. The Yankees are in on the corners. Squares the bunt, pitches high and away, breaks off the glove of Molina, but no advance by Murphy. He thought better of it.
See Molina ready to pounce, ready to throw. Almost got ahead of himself too much, trying to make a quick transfer, maybe even a potential pickoff at second base. Molina, one of the best in the league at throwing behind runners on the base, either to first or second.
Another square, and this time the bunt is down. It's a good one. It's going to be Koch up with it. He stumbles, throws high to first, and it pulls Cano off the bag. And Teagarden will be safe. An off-balance throw couldn't be completed.
Excellent bunt. Just enough speed. This is Koch's play. He's got to get there quicker. Or A-Rod's got to get there quicker and call him off. We saw a similar play with the Rangers last night. Jennings kind of pulled up and kicked it away from the third baseman. The throw's high here, as you see. Koch has got a break. He gets there. A little shook up by A-Rod right there, but he couldn't get any balance and couldn't get the handle. He's saying, my fault, my fault.
Yeah, first and third, that's going to go as a base hit for Teagarden. First and third, nobody out, and the left-handed hitting Chris Davis at the plate. Davis has struck out twice. Swings here, drives one to deep right field. Going back, as Swisher looks up, and this one's gone. A 3-run home run for Chris Davis. His first home run since coming back to the big leagues 2 days ago. And overall, that's his 16th home run of the year. And the Rangers now have a 6-2 lead.
Phil Koch with a breaking ball right there. First pitch, slider, down, inner half. Left-handed hitters, as you know, Kenny, just drop the helmet and that ball will go out in this ballpark.
Here's Andrus, and he'll take a pitch for a call, make that ball one. So Davis, who had been sent to the minor leagues for lack of contact and a lot of strikeouts early in the year, still maintains his ability to hit home runs as he hits his 16th. 2 balls and no strikes. So Phil Koch has not provided much relief here. A double, a bunt single, and a 3-run homer. Andrus fouls one off the plate. It's 2 balls and a strike. It's interesting because when Davis came back from the minor leagues and they asked Ron Washington what was going to be his role, he said he's our first baseman. Davis is a good fielder. Supposedly he worked on his stroke down at AAA, trying to make more contact. That pitch is low, ball 3, and once again, David, it was a pitch that was down, and that's his wheelhouse right there.
It had the first pitch breaking ball that stayed on the inner half and down. You can almost see he was almost out in front of it. Davis was, but those, seeing as we said, those left-handed batters, that's the shortest path to the ball, is that down and end zone.
Count is 2-2 on Andrus. Hits a bouncing ball slowly to the right side for Cano, who will throw out the shortstop for round number 1. Third time today that Andrus is grounded out. Ken Singleton, David Cohn here. Final game of a 3-game series between the Texas Rangers and the New York Yankees. Once again, a good crowd here at the new Yankee Stadium. Lineup turns over now for Bobone. Bobone, on the way, he's been perfect. He has struck out 3 times. Swings and misses strike 1 from Koch. Ball is hit hard, and Jeter catches it on the fly. That's out number 2. Two outs, nobody on. It'll bring up Michael Young, and it's also going to bring Joe Girardi to the mound, as the Yankees are going to bring in a new pitcher. So Phil Koch faced 5 batters, gave up a double, a single, a home run, and then got 2 outs. And he is hearing it from the crowd as the Yankees now trail 6-2. We'll be back with the rest of the top of the 7th in just a moment. by Radio Shack, and by IOTV. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV. So David Robertson will try and clean things up here in the 7th. 2 outs, nobody on. He will draw Michael Young, who had a base hit last inning to run his hitting streak to 14 straight. Here's Robertson on the year. The impressive number for me, David, is the 53 strikeouts in 36 1/3 innings. Young checks his swing and an appeal, and no, he did check. According to Chuck Merriweather, Young went around too far. Strike 1. Over the outside corner, Robertson comes out of the bullpen throwing strikes. Phil Coke gave up 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Looked like Robertson was walking off the mound. The Yankee pitching staff leads the league in striking out batters. One-two pitch. Good stop by Molina. The count is 2-2.
Conversely, the Rangers lead the league in striking out offensively. So we thought we'd see some strikeouts in here, but the Rangers now find themselves up 6-2 in about 2 minutes of Phil Coke's work after A.J. Burnett's 12 strikeouts and 1 mistake. Had a 3-2 game turn into a 6-2 game, and
on the strength of a couple of 3-run homers. Pitch is hit in the air to right field down the line, and it's Swisher who makes the catch for the final out. But the Rangers come up with 3 runs here in the top of the 7th. It's on to the bottom half of the 7th inning, first to 7th inning stretch, and God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Thank you. Now please join Kate Smith as she sings God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean,
A pitching change. They're going to go to a left-hander. C.J. Wilson will come in. Rangers now with a 4-run lead on the Yankees. C.J. Wilson has been at times a closer for these Texas Rangers this year. 61 strikeouts in 56 innings, 26 walks, only 48 hits. He throws pretty hard. And he will get Johnny Damon, Mark Teixeira, and Alex Rodriguez here in the 7th inning. So an uphill battle for the Yankees as we get to the latter stages of this game. Damon has drawn a walk, struck out, and walked again. Been on base a couple of times and scored a run. Jason Grilli did a good job in relief for the Texas Rangers. 2 1/3 innings. No runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts. Pitch from Wilson is outside for ball 1.
C.J. Wilson's got good stuff. You see 95 miles an hour on his first fastball. He's got 61 strikeouts, which is tied for 8th among AL relievers.
That one hits the corner, 1-1 on Damon. Wilson, I mentioned he'd been closing at times. He had 14 staves so far this year for Texas. That is second to Frank Francisco's 18. Damon lines one towards center field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. So Johnny Damon trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 7th is on for the 3rd time today.
Like Johnny Damon's going to get something off speed. Little slider. Stays up a little bit on the outer 3rd. Johnny Damon recognizes it. Doesn't do too much. Right back up the box.
Here's Teixeira. And Mark is 2 for 3. He's driven in both Yankee runs. And a switch hitter takes a pitch for a call strike. One and one.
Just Teixeira batting right-handed this year. Switch hitter, and I'll defer to my partner Kenny here, but he's hitting 299.
Ground ball slowly hit towards short. Andrus has it, double clutches, throws the second, and Kinsler drops the ball. I don't know if Damon would have beaten the throw, but that's not going to make Ron Washington happy. We saw Andrus make some tremendous plays last night, and you wonder, the easy play might have been going to first.
He just got hung up. He made a clean field. You see Kinsler can't get the handle as well. He's got the ball. He just couldn't get it out of his hand.
You know what? It looked like the throw had Damon beaten, but Kinsler couldn't hold the throw. Be interested to see who gets the error there. But 2 men on, nobody out, and Alex Rodriguez to the plate. Yeah, the ball would have beaten Johnny Damon.
Looked like the ground knocked the ball off.
Pitch is inside for a ball.
Yeah, this ain't football. Ground can cause a fumble in baseball.
So Teixeira will reach on a fielder's choice, and they still haven't handed out the error yet. Who do you think? Was the throw too low?
Well, I think you got it right on, Kenny. I mean, the throw beat him, and it was dropped. Even though Andrus double clutched and maybe hung Kinsler up a little bit, the ball was in his glove and before Damon got there.
So you're saying it's an E4?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think I agree. That's an E4. Even with the double clutch, the throw was on the bag and he had it. It hit his glove. You're supposed to be able to catch it. It wasn't like it was in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike on Alex Rodriguez. 2 on, nobody out for the Yankees. Ground ball slowly hit foul down to third base. That good stop by Robbie Thompson. Our aerial coverage today brought to you by DirecTV. Get every Major League game in HD this season with DirecTV. That's how I scout future games. A-Rod has never had a hit against Wilson. He's 0 for 8. And that fastball had something on it, but it was high. 2-2. 350 since June 15th in the seventh inning or later for Alex Rodriguez. They still haven't put an error up there. Was it just go as a fielder's choice? Timeout is called, and I'm not sure who called it. Wilson was about ready to deliver. And it must have been Teagarden who called for it. Yep, it was Teagarden in the game, pointing to the catcher. Not me. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Alex Rodriguez is struck out. Alex now 1 for 4.
See how C.J. Wilson goes after A-Rod. Up and in, pushes him off. Right back in there, fouled off. Right back in there again. Up and in. Now we go to the slider. Well set up pitch. He stayed in the whole at bat. Finally breaks out the slider, breaking down and in, and A-Rod swings right over.
Well, when men are on base and you come up, you really find out how they want to get you out. There's a pitch for a call strike to Matsui, who thought it was a little outside. And you can see he was keeping everything in on Alex Rodriguez. And from a hitter standpoint, if a pitcher's trying to do that time and time again, you got to hit one of them. Just to let him know, even if you pull it foul, but you got to hit it hard. Get him out of there. Call strike two. Wilson starting to bear down here. 0-2 on Matsui. Matsui has walked twice and struck out. He does have closer stuff.
Mid-90s, 94, 95. That slider he struck out A-Rod was 87 miles an hour. Power, left-handed arm.
Matsui is called out. He went around too far, according to Jim Reynolds. And now there are 2 men on with 2 outs.
Wilson going after the left. He's staying away. Back in, sinking down and in. Good finish pitch there, Matsui. Definitely the bat's in the zone. I'm a pitcher. I know, Kenny. I call that a swing. Maybe you have another thought.
No, that was a swing. But I don't think the first pitch was a strike. And if you get that, you can fall behind on the count right away. It changes the whole at bat. Here's Nick Swisher. Walked, popped up, and struck out. Pitch is a call strike to Swisher. C.J. Wilson has done his best pitching in Texas this year. His home ERA is under 1. But his road ERA is over 6. But he feels like today he's got the white uniform on, the way he's pitching. The 0-1 pitch inside to Swisher. And it's a ball and a strike.
Thought we might see the young phenom we saw the other night that the Rangers just called up, the 100-mile-an-hour thrower Neftali Feliz, but they decide to go to Wilson here in the 7th.
Well, this is Wilson's first appearance of the series. He misses the Swisher. 2 balls and a strike.
Different Texas team. Their bullpen's much deeper now. Speed and defense, something we haven't seen from the Rangers probably ever.
And toss in the home run power, which we've seen today. Call strike 2. 2-2 on Swisher. Wilson continues to pound the right-handed hitters in.
Go hard in with that fastball, and we've seen him try to finish righties with that slider coming in on the same plane but breaking in off the plate.
Call strike 3, the same pitch. So after a single and a fielder's choice, Wilson comes back. He strikes out A-Rod, then Matsui, and finishes off by getting Nick Swisher looking. Still 3-2 Texas, or makes 6-2 Texas. Texas Road to 58772. Your choices today: A.J. Burnett, Ian Kinsler, Chris Davis, and Jason Grimsley. Make that Jason Grilly. Boy, I had a flashback. The Yankee days have gone by. Here's Davis. (6-2). Rangers leading. 8th inning. It'll be Hamilton, Cruz, and Kinsler. And Hamilton, who's had a pretty good series, is 0 for 2 today. He drew a walk in the 4th inning. And he also scored. He was on base when Kinsler hit the 3-run homer. Robertson deals, and it's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Robertson got the final out at the top of the 7th when he got Michael Young to fly out to right field. The Rangers on the strength of 2 3-run home runs, one by Kinsler and one by Davis, lead the Yankees 6-2. Swing and a miss. Good power fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Robertson had a quick ascent through the Yankee system, striking out batters every stop.
A little bit low, and count has run full at 3-2. You can see why. 95-mile-an-hour fastball that usually creates some swings and misses.
I've seen his velocity creep up with the more regular work that he's gotten since he's kind of solidified himself in that bullpen.
3-2 pitch, foul back. Do it again. Sometimes pitchers gain velocity because they refine their mechanics. Nelson Cruz is on deck. Get up over the rubber a little bit better and throw more downhill. Hamilton spoils another one. Count holds at 3-2. Robertson trying to hold him right here and get the Yankee offense back in gear in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Yankees going to need some late inning magic. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Robertson gets it. We know fans take their Yankees seriously, and now you'll never have to miss a game again with live Yes Network games on your PC and laptops. If you're an Optimum Online and IOTV customer who watches Yes, go to YesNetwork.com to get more information and sign up for your subscription today. Here's Cruz. Swings and big cut. Nothing doing. So Cruz has got a no contact afternoon. A strikeout, a couple of walks, and a run scored.
Robertson staring off Molina to get to a fastball away.
Swing and a miss, strike two.
Feeling good about his heater today. He's got a good curveball. His best pitch probably is his curveball, and you can see Molina suggested a curveball. Robertson said, no, I like my heater today. Let's see if he'll break it out here on 0-2. See if he can get Cruz to chase.
There's a ball and 2 strikes. Now Robertson, we talked about his ability to strike hitters out. In his last 18 appearances out of the bullpen, in 17 of them, he's had at least 1 strikeout. That's gassing people up. Curveball got him. He struck him out. Second consecutive strikeout. There's the curveball. And there are 2 down here in the 8th inning. Now it's time for the Land Rover drive of the game, and let's go back to the 4th inning.
Here it is, a first pitch fastball right there. Ian Kinsler, a 3-run bomb. The one blemish on A.J. Burnett's day. Otherwise, 12 strikeouts for A.J. Burnett. But that's probably going to be the difference. Ian Kinsler, Land Rover drive of the game.
Yeah, that followed a couple of strikeouts and back-to-back walks, and then one right down the middle, and Kinsler didn't miss it. Breaking ball is outside for ball 1. Kinsler is 1 for 3. Grabbed it out, that 3-run homer, and also struck out. He was the 12th and final strikeout victim for A.J. Burnett. The season high in strikeouts for Burnett. That curve drops in there for a strike. Another curveball stays with the hook, and it's fouled back.
Robertson's been working on a slider as well. These are a little more velocity. You know, 86 on the last slider, 83. He's got a big curveball that's usually in the upper 70s. But you can see he's getting more and more confident. He's been working on another variation on his breaking stuff, even though that one was up. Did you see a Savis warming up?
He got Cruz on a curveball, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Another pitch fouled back by Kinsler, who he does swing like a 5th place hitter. He doesn't. He doesn't have a swing like a leadoff hitter. This ball was drilled to left field and hit well. Damon back to the wall, and Kinsler has hit his 2nd home run of the ball game. And it's now 7-2 Texas. And with that homer, he takes the lead away from Nelson Cruz, and now leads the Texas Rangers in home runs. That's his 28th of the year. Maybe one too many curveballs.
You see Molina setting up away, and it's right there. Sits up on the inner half. You see Kinsler's eyes light up. He recognizes weights, hammers it.
Now 28 home runs, and he's driven in 4 runs this afternoon. Here's Murphy, and there's a pitch for a strike.
Location is going to be thigh high, inner half. You see Kinsler go down and get it and just launch it.
Can you see those hips open up quickly? Ball and a strike to Murphy. Watch that front hip. He sees, plants the foot, leans back a bit, and finally, after he makes contact, there's your weight shift. You were taught to hit through the baseball, not just go to make contact. Hit right on through it. Follow through. Ball and 2 strikes on Murphy. The Rangers have added an insurance run here in the 8th inning. Bouncing ball foul. Ian Kinsler, by the way, only had 2 multi-home run games coming into this season. He had 5 this year.
That'll get you right out of the leadoff spot and right into the 5th hole or the 4th or the 6th.
Drive in some runs. He has today. He's driven in 4. 1-2 pitch, and it's just off the corner. 2-2 to David Murphy. Murphy has a double and a run score in 3 trips. Foul back to the screen.
Murphy's had some good swings this whole series. He's been a tough out for the Yankees.
You know, and coming into the series, he was 0 for 13. Maybe confidence shaking a bit, but sometimes a change of scenery get a player going. Get a team going. 2-2 pitch, and Murphy takes low. 3-2.
He's always been a real good fastball hitter in his young career.
7-2. Rangers, all their runs have come on home runs. 2 3-run shots and a solo shot. Ken Singleton, David Cohn. The Rangers threatening to take this series 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. Ball hit in the air to center field with Melky Cabrera. Melky going back just in front of the warning track, makes the catch, and that's the final out here at the top of the 8th inning. But the Rangers add another run. Ian Kinsler's 2nd home run of the game, his 28th of the year, a hanging breaking ball, puts the Rangers out in front 7-2. Getting late for the Yankees. They trail by 5 as Robinson Cano leads it off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cano's got an 0 for 3 afternoon working. A fly out, a ground out, another fly out. 7-2, the Texas Rangers lead. And Cano takes downstairs, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom third of the order for the Yankees. Cano, Cabrera, Molina to take on C.J. Wilson. Wilson had an impressive 7th, striking out the side. And there's a pitch for a strike, 2-1. The Yankees have won 7 straight home series. That is in jeopardy this afternoon. And it's going to take another late inning rally. There's 2-2 now on David. I should say on Robinson Cano. Thinking of you, David, because they had a nice video tribute to your career with the Yankees in between innings. A nice round of applause from the fans here at the stadium. Appreciate your efforts, and well, they should.
Yeah, I was a lot better pitcher when I'm up here.
Ground ball, Wilson has it. Stumbles a bit, turns and flips it over the first for out number 1. Fans, stick around after the last out for the WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is back in the studio to bring you highlights and analysis from this matchup and the rest of the major leagues. Kim Jones covers the clubhouse. It's the WB Mason postgame only on Yes.
This series would be a huge lift for Texas if they can hold on here with a 5-run lead.
Well, before they came to New York, they were in at Tropicana Field. They dropped 2 out of 3 to the Rays. Rays also in the wild card race. Melky's 1 for 2 with a walk. And it's a ball and a strike on the Yankee center fielder. Ball 2, 2-1. Yankees need base runners and they need them quickly.
Especially in respect to this game, when the Texas starter Nipper really struggled. Only could get through 3 2/3 with 7 walks.
Melky hits one in the air to right center. On the move is Cruz, and he's going to get there and make the catch for out number 2. Well, you talked about Cruz's defensive prowess, David. You said that he has good range in the outfield. He showed it off there.
He can move, no doubt about it. Combination of speed and power. Built more like a fullback. You see a good jump. Plenty of time to get there.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Jose Molina, and he swings at the first pitch, drives it to left field. David Murphy is there, and the Yankees go in order against C.J. Wilson in the 8th inning. It's on to the 9th. Texas Rangers over the Yankees today by a score of 7-2. "15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance."
A little boot and a no-look pass. Davis to Grilly. Looked like an error. Turned out to be a save. Grilly outstanding today. The Texas bullpen outstanding.
Yeah, that's been a big difference today on this beautiful day for a ball game in New York. You can see only uptown all the way to downtown. 7-2 the Texas Rangers lead. So on to the 9th inning. Alfredo Aceves will come on for the Yankees to work the top of the 9th. And Teagarden swings and misses, strike 1. Teagarden today has struck out twice and reached on a bunt single, and that was big because the next batter, Davis, followed with a home run. There are the numbers on Aceves. check swing, but that's in there for a strike. I was talking to Alfredo the other day in the Yankee dugout, and he was saying that his brother right now is involved in the playoffs in Mexico. It's north against the south. His brother's playing for Saltillo against Cancun. His brother's a catcher for the Saltillo team, and they were ahead 2 games to none in the best of 7, and that's it. The season's over after this. So his brother has a chance to be his team has to be a chance to win the Mexican League Championship. He says his brother's got good power. Now remember, another brother of his father, I should say, was a first baseman years ago. And that pitch is outside. 2-2 count on Teagarden. His father played with Jack Pierce, who had a lot of success in the Mexican League, a lot of home runs. He and his father were on the same team. Swing and a miss, and Teagarden's out of there. But Jack Pierce played briefly, I believe, for the Detroit Tigers. I remember him, big left-handed hitter, had some power. But that goes back a few years. So Saban strikes out Teagarden, the first man he faces, to bring up Chris Davis, one of the hitting heroes for the Rangers. Despite the fact that Davis struck out twice his first 2 times up against A.J. Burnett, he hit a 3-run home run off Phil Koch in the 7th inning, and that really blew the game open. There's a pitch for a called strike. Davis takes a ball. Yeah, Pierce played with Atlanta in 73 and 4 and Detroit in 75. I knew I played against him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking balls hit high in the air to fairly deep left center field. Melky Cabrera on the run, still running near the wall, reaches out and makes the catch. Nice running catch by Melky Cabrera, who was playing in right center field. That ball had a lot of airtime. It was hit pretty well, and Melky runs it down for out number 2.
Right out to Death Valley, just left of the 399 sign, the one spot of reprieve for long fly balls in Yankee Stadium.
And you see the swing of Davis. An upswing, and he's got plenty of power, this guy. You see Melky's concentration, hauls it in. 2 up and 2 down, and here's Andres. Elvis Andres, the shortstop, has grounded out 3 times. In the air down the right field side, and this is going to go out of play.
Made that sound. He hit it well, and Melky's got a run. Covered a lot of ground. Still had some room.
That's a good breaking ball, off speed, 80 miles an hour, and drops it in for a strike. 1 and 2. Davis is ready quickly. Here comes the pitch, and it's fouled back. Now, a few years back, when Davis first came to the Yankees, he made his start in Anaheim, and his family actually came up from Mexico to see him pitch, and he won that game. 1-2 pitch hit on the ground to third base. Rodriguez across the diamond, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Alfredo Aceves and the Yankees here in the top of the 9th. But it's down to the Yankees' last stand. They're down by 5 as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning.
right there. And follows up with a solo shot on a breaking ball off of David Robertson for a 2-home run game. Ian Kinsler, Chevy player of the game.
Yeah, when you said it has to be, I had a flashback to Harry Carey's home run call. It might be, it could be, it is. Because Harry was much more dramatic. Saturday, the Yankees take on the White Sox here in the Bronx. Our complete coverage starts at noon with batting practice today presented by Audi. And the pregame, then Michael Kay and Al Leiter have all the action here at the stadium. White Sox Yankees starting Saturday at noon only on Yes. The Yankees might have some revenge on their minds. They lost 3 out of 4 to the White Sox in Chicago. Here's Frank Francisco. He is the closer for the Texas Rangers. 41 strikeouts in 36 innings, 9 walks, 31 hits. He was in there in the opening game when the Yankees were rallying. They scored a couple runs off him and 3 hits in 1 inning.
Barely escaped with the save and a big win in the opening game.
Jeter takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Derek is hitless today. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored and a stolen base. Jeter, Damon, and Teixeira, top of the order for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 9th inning, down by 5. Ball, no, that's the strike. Hits the corner, 1-1. Ball is popped up into right field. Coming on is Cruz. Drifting back is Kinsler. It's going to be Cruz who makes the catch for the out. Getting their communications straightened out. You'll just stick around after the last out for the WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is back in the studio to bring you the highlights and analysis from this matchup and the rest of the major leagues. Plus, Kim Jones covers the clubhouse. It's the WB Mason postgame only on Yes. Here is Johnny Damon, who is 1 for 2 with a couple of walks, been on base 3 times. And he also struck out. Takes a pitch in there for a call strike from Francisco. David, you're right. The Texas bullpen very solid today, starting with Grilly. Wilson followed him, struck out 3 in 2 innings, didn't give up a run. Grilly went 2 1/3 with 3 strikeouts, didn't give up a run. And now it's on to Francisco.
Very uncharacteristic for the Yankees. They knocked out the starter, and they've had 12 base runners today and only 2 runs. Certainly had their opportunities. 2 for 12 today with runners in scoring position and 10 runners left on base.
Damon spoils one, fouls it off to the left, and the count is 0-2.
But you're right, Kenny. I mean, you got to. This one's on the Texas bullpen, and it's much improved this year.
Shadows starting to affect the hitters. Damon slow roll to the short. Andrews charging, tries the bare hand and bobbles it, then kicks it. Damon's going to be safe, and that's going to go as a base hit. The youngster trying to make this spectacular play, but Damon reaches with an infield single.
Right off the end of the bat. Got some side spin on it. Andrus feels like that's the only chance he has, and with the speedy Damon, he was probably right. All or nothing ends up nothing.
Here's Teixeira, who's driven in both Yankee runs. And he'll take a pitch for a call strike. Teixeira singled into first to drive in a run, singled into fourth to drive in a run. That will level the count at a ball to the strike. Alex Rodriguez on deck. Two balls in a strike. Now the Yankees have not dropped the series at home. You have to go all the way back June 16th through the 18th. And yes, it was the Washington Nationals here at the Yankee Stadium. And some of the young pitchers came through in that series. They took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. Off-speed pitch, and it's a swing and a miss, 2-2. Francisco's not known for off-speed stuff. He's a hard thrower.
Mostly hard thrower, yeah. His fastball averages in the low to mid 90s, up to 94, 95 when he's right.
Strike 3 call. Teixeira is caught looking, and the Yankees are down to their last out.
We'll make that up to 95 with some run. Ends up knee high, right down the middle.
Teixeira does not take the bat off his shoulder. That'll bring up Rodriguez. Alex is 1 for 4. His hit coming in the 3rd inning, it was a single. Johnny Damon not being held on, takes off for second, but the ball is fouled off. He'll head back to first. Teagarden took one to the mask.
Another ricochet jaw shot. Gonna have a hard time eating the spread after the game after this shot. Might have to go with the protein shake with a straw. Catchers. Well, we saw Posada last night really give us a scare. We hope he's all right. But these catchers take a beating.
Yeah, it's a long season, and they take the brunt of the bruises. Now Damon will move down to second on defensive indifference. Got football on my mind. Defensive interference.
We've had some football plays in this game.
1-1 on Alex Rodriguez. That's high. 2 balls and a strike. Well, the Yankees will have CC Sabathia on the mound tomorrow night. That noted streak stopper. He hasn't lost in August. We got 10 straight wins in August.
And he finds himself right in the middle of the Cy Young race.
This ball is ripped foul by Alex Rodriguez.
CC Sabathia, like Mark Teixeira, a little bit of a slow starter. Got off quite, probably not like he'd like to, but boy, I tell you what, he's come on like gangbusters, and he is maybe, arguably the favorite for the Cy Young Award. Certainly has great competition in the American League, including Zach Greinke in Kansas City.
Greinke had a 15 strikeout game the other day. 2-2, and that is inside. Full count now.
Verlander in Detroit. There's some names. It's going to be a battle to the end in terms of who wins the AL Cy Young this year.
Yeah, CC leads the league in wins and innings pitched.
We'll throw some props Mariano Rivera's way too, even though we don't talk about relievers of Cy Young all that often. He's been great as well.
3-2 pitch, and it's high ball 4, and it continues for the Yankees here. They put 2 men on. That'll bring up Hideki Matsui.
You can see that Ron Washington kind of wears his heart on his sleeve, and when the hat comes off, things really get heated up.
Yeah, he's not too happy.
Still got his hat on. We saw earlier he took that hat off. Boy, that was a look you don't want to see from a manager.
Did a good job with these Rangers. The team has improved in the years he's been there. And Matsui takes a pitch just outside for a ball. But the Yankees need to keep the line moving here. They need more base runners. No hitter likes to make the last out.
Another situation here where the Yankees would like to see string together some hits or doubles.
Or either be willing to take a base on balls. There's a pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
We talked about this the other night, Kenny, with the Yankees down 5 in this situation. Even if Matsui hits a home run, it's somewhat of a rally killer. Because then you got to start all over. Keep the pressure on the pitcher, keep the base runners moving, a couple more doubles, and then maybe a home run. If you could script it. Obviously, it doesn't work that way, but
I've seen it work. You can only hope. 2-0 pitch. Matsui lifts one in the air to left field. David Murphy is there. Stirring up and makes the catch, and that's going to do it. The Yankees leave 2 men on here in the bottom of the ninth, and they drop the final game of the series and drop the series to the Texas Rangers. Texas wins this one and celebrate as they win 7-2. Ian Kinsler had the big day. Drove in 4 runs with a couple